Fill up. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend or that neighbor know where to go when it's time. Oh yeah. When it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on, baby. That's including the ice wall. Come on with it. Yep. Give me a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Appreciate you guys. Cowboys Purgatory. Neither heaven nor hell, but we got Hell's Kitchen Brewing. 2 new hires, Matt Eberflus and Nick. Come on with it. Yup. And as this room fill up, be sure to subscribe. Sharing is caring. Come on with it.
Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Five, 4. Come on with it. 3. 2. And 1. Hey. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations to the matter, the Cowboys are heading into the 2025 season with a new coaching staff, and we know what's been going on for the previous 29 seasons or 29 years, but we got to look at it from this particular aspect of it. Can this team get us over the hump, right? And it starts first with coaching, right? And of course, we know the ownership. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, those Joneses, baby. I know y'all get tired of hearing the Joneses, right? Because on one end, we doing air quotes. On the other end, we talking about back in 1954, you know, when I had the Broncos with the seat to let back with the leather couch and all of this stuff. We talking about everything but football. And of course, we got the draft evaluation for the nation. Shout out to everybody, man. The East-West Shrine Bowl is in practices now, and got my inside plug, give me all type of good stuff and information. I'm seeing my guy Vach Lombardi out there, my guy Foots the King. He's way in the Senior Bowl. So we got parts everywhere, man. We trying to help this team out as far as information. Appreciate y'all. So with this show on the way, Nick Sorensen is a guy that used to be the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Now, my brother called me, and he called me early this morning saying, hey, Law, Nick Sorensen is trash, man. And you guys will be taking it out for us because he is that bad of a defensive coordinator. And I'm sitting there like, okay. Well, they're not hiring him as the defensive coordinator. Then he said, well, when you look up more and more research and more homework, he was ranked 31st on special teams. Y'all going to miss John Bones Fossil, whoever you guys may have had. And I get it, right? So maybe a new scenery, you know, that's where we're going to have to, you know. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to sit back and watch this process go through. And there's 2 sides of the table that you can be on. or you can be right there in the middle, and that probably be the most comfort spot you can be in, is in the middle. Now, I got Purgatory in the chat, you know what I'm saying, as it relates to neither heaven nor hell. You just in that waiting spot, right? But we can see the patterns of this particular team as relates to the front office and beyond. Yeah, it's Riggs, baby. so it's one of those things, man. And I'm trying to be as positive as possible. I'm trying to get my Magic Johnson on over here. But at the reality of it, it is very much so grim from the most of you guys. Bears, what's good? What's good with you guys? Come on. All right, so let's go with everything. Appreciate y'all, man. Nah, the Toxic Tom said, nah, I can feel the heat. It's hell right here. Toxic Tom, he said, man, y'all ain't fooling me. I know what hell feels like and smell like. And this doesn't smell pleasantry. Yes, indeed. But, let's listen to Jerry on this one here.
Low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
That boy talking about smiles and glory holes.
Do you think that you would be
dreams? And that's Marty's son, because y'all don't like me when I call him Shotty. So we be like, he don't deserve to have that nickname yet, Law. Come on, man. So he's Marty's son. This is Marty's son. And then when he win again, we give him Shotty, right? But I tell you what, I got him at number 5, and he's not neither 6 nor 4, so he's right in the middle with me. So Marty's son said that, hey, basically, hey, I've learned from him. I picked up things from him. And Jerry Jones, to a degree, they started talking about biting lips and stuff like that in those meetings and stuff when it was time to make a necessary change. And based off of his father, he taught him not to speak out of term and these sorts of things. But if we trying to win and he know the answers to the test and all he does is bite his lips and bite his tongue, I don't want that. No. You supposed to be able to say, hey, goddammit, look, this is how y'all need to do this, This is the better way to do this in this particular month, because every game is vital. But if it is a situation and scenario, by being PC and biting his tongue and lips and all of this stuff, hey, we'll see. Yeah. So that's some good beta evidence, right? Information right there. Jay Diz with the support line of $5. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Take the money out, all of it.
He says,
come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
He says, I watched the whole press conference, Law. Sometimes we got to watch it 2 or 3 times. I feel you. Shotty stuck with 2 clowns. He's stuck in between 2 clowns. Front office and him having a lot to prove to us fan base still feels the same. Yeah, so here's the thing. Stephen Jones did lament the fact that he may have to do something different in free agency. Right, and he said we would see about that. We would take a look at that, or we would possibly consider that, basically, in so many ways. So I'm with the belief until they show me, we got to continue to full court press them. We can't just be sitting here taking their word as gold or oil. No. We still got to full court press them, and we got to make sure. Hey, Stephen Jones, you said you was going to move around in free agency. We got to do that as much as we can, right? That's what we got to do. Yeah, if you get Genty in them, you don't have to, right? Appreciate y'all, man, so much for tuning in. And this episode is still brought to you by Underdog, your number 1 fantasy in the world. UnderdogFantasy.com. Download Underdog. Use promo code LAW. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. That's a thou wow for those who don't know. Claim 50% deposit match. And with that, you can go higher or lower with your particular particular selections. Appreciate y'all. But let's listen to this right quick.
As the Cowboys introduce Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach. He brings 25 years of experience as an assistant. First-time head coach, 4-year deal, puts him in Dallas through 2028, which notably is when Dak Prescott's current contract runs through. Here's Jerry Jones with more on the hire.
Jerry, I wish I had the button.
You liar!
You don't operate out of your damn comfort zone. Look at that trigger.
Yes, to some, and it might be couched as a less than glamorous hire. What I would say to you is I got here taking shots and not shoddy shots.
Oh my gosh, boy. The peanut gallery, boy. We got extra peanut. Come get your peanut. And we got sausage on a stick. We got fried Oreos, fried water, fried ice. We got them all fried, baby. Hey, put that funnel cake to the side for me, though. Fried funnel cake. Give me that funnel cake over there, Especially if it's red velvet, But neither here nor there. Cowboy Nation. Boy, that's a spin doctor right there. Now, I'm not beating up Shotty. Don't get this twisted. But come on, at the end of the day, it ain't no risk of hiring from within. There's zero risk to that. You already know his name. You already know where his wife and his people are. You know where he stay. You got his socials. You got everything. There's no risk at all. You've been knowing the guy for 3 or 4 years already. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, let's be real with all of this. Come on. Let's be really real with this. A risk would be taking somebody like the name and the kind of caliber of Dion Showtime Prime Time for your mind. Come on, where is that? Come on, where is it?
Give me my theme music.
Now that's a risk, but this is the safe and comfort spot. This is not a risk. It's not a risk, So I'm just want to let y'all know about that,
Not shoddy. Not shoddy. He couldn't wait to get that line off. Yeah, he set that one up. I'm going to say shot, then I'm going to hit him with the shoddy. They're going to be like, ooh-wee.
What just happened?
Right there. This is a less than glamorous hire, Brian. Any thoughts?
It's a risk. Big risk. Biggest risk I've ever taken since I hit oil. Biggest risk. I'm just going to tell y'all this right now. I'm social media. I am a genius at it. I spent 8 minutes watching my phone,
Listen properly.
And I could not turn away because it was the train wreck that everybody can't. You can't turn your. When I saw the one-handed air quote by Steven when he talked about
that's coming
the drought, I was like, they have lost. They've lost all.
Let's just play it. Let's play it since you mentioned it, and then we'll just go on. So this is what I meant when I said, wait till you're not going to believe what they wouldn't say. So Stephen Jones addressed how long it has been, which is 29 seasons, that the Cowboys haven't even been in the NFC Championship game, and this is how he said it.
You always have to evaluate, where it didn't go right last year, and obviously we're also evaluating where it didn't go right. In terms of, this drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game.
Now, that was wild right here with the air quotes. And, Donald, the B says Dion would make a mistake, would be a mistake, not a risk. Well, I get you. You know what I'm saying? You know more than us. You know what I'm saying? You know more than him and Shotty know more than him and Shotty and all of the people around the world. You know what gets me, is that people who played the game, who been in the game, that seen results of the game, don't know football, but the people that don't play the game, who never been in the game, never coached the game, they know more than the people that do. That's the funniest thing of it all. Like the Cowboys been doing the exact same thing for 30 years. But all of a sudden, this spot right here is completely different than the previous 30 years. I can't make this stuff up, man. They're like, where do y'all get y'all mindset and intellect from? It's like all of a sudden, what we doing now is completely different. But I just gotta have to sit back and say, they call it a Stockholm syndrome, whereas the abuser, the person that capture you, become a safe haven for you, and you say, you know what? It's not that bad to be in chains. It's not that bad to be in bondage. You know what? Things are not that bad. Over here, regardless of the situation. 4 playoff wins in 30 years. I know who the problem is. It's Dak Prescott. He's the problem for the last 30 years. No one else. It's just the quarterback. If we change the quarterback, everything will be all right. You know what I'm saying? Come along, my friend. Come along and get on and ride this train. Nothing on this train shall lose. Come on, baby. Everything to gain. Come on, baby. Yeah, let's continue to ride this train because this is what we do. And at the end of the day, we stuck. We stuck in this particular situation by far because of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. There's no drought. Just continue to ride this train. It's going to be a nice train. Come on, baby. Yeah, come on. It's always Dak. Yeah, ain't that right, Jay Business? Come on, get on this train. Nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Come on, baby. But that's just what we do. And at the end of the day, there's no shade upon what this brother is saying because I truly believe that in the hearts of hearts, he means it,
Jerry Jones did let Brian Schottenheimer kick off the Brian Schottenheimer introductory press conference with a 7-minute opening statement.
Without this thing being about me in any way.
Then, asked why he hired Schottenheimer, Jerry went off for 11 minutes straight at the critics who called this hire safe.
Now, I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone. If you don't think I can't operate out of my comfort zone, you're so wrong. It's unbelievable. This is as big a risk as you could take.
How, Sway?
As big a risk as you could take. No head coaching experience.
What was the moment that made you feel this was the right move?
When you realized the risk was worth the potential rewards.
Was there a moment in these last couple of weeks where
not necessarily
it went over the
moment,
top?
Not necessarily a moment, but certainly there was a time when I said, let's go, we're going that way. But I wouldn't say that was a product of any light going off or what have you. It was a culmination of and the digesting of a lot of the issue.
What became extensively clear is that the Joneses did not want to lose Schottenheimer. Jerry admitted he had been speaking with Brian about calling the offense moving forward even before the breakup with Mike McCarthy.
We wanted him to call the plays. As my mind and our mind would drift around to alternatives, I believe if he doesn't call the plays, he's probably not with the Cowboys.
So who is Brian Schottenheimer? On this day, he was a coach who told us the emotions were coming.
As you guys will learn from me, the Schottenheimers tend to be criers.
And a man with nothing to lose calling his shot.
We're going to win.
You're going to win.
And we're going to win a championship. Otherwise, why are we doing it?
Taking a seat in a chair that most Cowboys fans did not want to see him in, by no fault of his own.
We got the big room.
We do have the big room.
And sitting through comments like these from Jerry.
I like his baggage. It's not a Hail Mary. Less than glamorous hire.
The 51-year-old football lifer gave Dallas a story that is hard to root against.
No doubt. Check that out on, I got a page right here. Jeff Cobb, I think that he does a great job of investigating and doing journalism, journalistic work. At the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys, in order for this to work, you're going to have to pump the brakes. You're going to have to, first and foremost, get your staff assembled. I do like the ideology of them bringing in Eberflus as the defensive coordinator. The news should be announced sometime this week. They already look. That's a good damn feeling to have, right? To get the damn job before you even interview for the job. That's a good feeling because they announced that he had the job before he even get a chance to interview for the job. So shout out to them. I guess that way will work, but neither here nor there. Flus is going to be a guy that's going to help out the linebacker room and the front seven in general. I think that will work and pay dividends. Far as the DBs, I don't know who's going to be the DB coach. Maybe they bring Curtis in for that particular role since he interviewed for the DC job, and they come back and they say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and give you that DB job. And maybe that will work, and that will be a situation and scenario there, okay? And on top of that, we can look at this defense to be differently for that particular point. And when we start to talk about this team, what can benefit the defense? Running the ball. So by Shotty's plan and letting him roll out his plan and allowing him to roll out his plan, the Jones has got to do one big favor for all of us for this to work out. They got to get their hands off of this. They can't be in there meddling, which we know we have 29 years of historical data that supports that the fact that they will meddle. But at some point and at some time, they have to move back, allow Shotty to get his pieces, get his weapons, and get his vision to go so that we can bring in run game. And if we can do that, then those could be, and there's a lot of ifs. If we can do that, there will be a lot of situations and scenarios that we come out on top of this. But we got to first and foremost allow this guy to get to busy, to get to work in those factors. If not, we'll be talking about the same thing, pointing out who is the issue, where happened to this issue, and we don't want that to happen collectively. But let's look into this right here, and I want to hear the fullness of the recap from my guy. But before we go into that detail there, let me see what my guy said right here. Hold on.
And for a coach out there is looking, what's in the best interest of the quarterback. Certainly that played a role here. And, Dak's not making any coaching decisions, nor does he want to. But I can tell you every team who made a coaching decision was looking at how they solved for the quarterback. And, that's how you win in this league. I think we've got one of the best, if not the best, in terms of our quarterback. And he's the ultimate leader. And we just have to continue to put the pieces around.
All right, so when did they come up with that realizations? When did they come up with that? When did they find out, okay, this is what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen. We got to put pieces around the quarterback because they haven't been doing that. And people will be with the mindset that, yeah, they've been doing it from day one. When did they come up with I realize let's put pieces around the quarterback? When did they came up with that conclusion? In the chat, let me know. When did they came up with the decision? Let's put pieces. But there's a team that I'm not trying to pump up, bloviate, and say that this team did it the right way, because I'm still rooting for that kid that wear 1-5 on his chest. Yes, indeed. And his name is Money Patrick Mahomes. I'm still rooting for him. Come on, Pat. You got one. I got to need one more favor.
We've been through a lot together, right? A lot of wins, some down times, but that's what kind of forges relationships. And I don't want anybody else leading this team, at quarterback other than him. He's a winner. Again, it deals with so much criticism, which just blows my mind, right? Because of the questions I have to answer. I don't look too much into that, but the questions that I have to answer, and it's just like, man, this guy wins. I mean, he's won his entire life. Like, that's more important than winning at quarterback is more important than any stat that you go through.
I know it's low, audio low, but y'all lean forward, listen.
Great players around him. Well, you tell me a quarterback that's won like this that has shit around him to go through. And I'm sure it'll be the same thing. Like, oh, he's got great players around him. Well, you tell me a quarterback that's won like this that has shit around him.
He says, name a quarterback who wins with shit around them. It doesn't happen. Now, people will say, well, hey, Lord, Pat Mahomes. Bull sugar. There's a lot of bull sugar. Travis Kelce going straight to the Hall of Fame as soon as he retired. Oh, yeah. And Andy Reid, he ain't no walking donut over there, right? Andy Reid been doing his thing. And by the way, they finished out number 1 in defense last year. They got the number 2 defense this season. So you're going to need those things. Here's another thing that people fail to realize here in Dallas. We pump up Dan Quinn and things. Yeah. We give Dan Quinn all of the things of saying, oh, man, we did have number 1 defense. Dan Quinn, when he was here, his 3 seasons here, he never finished out with the number 1 defense. He never finished out with the number 5 defense. He never finished out with the number 10 defense. But we give Dan Quinn all of the praises when he was here. And granted, I'm not saying that he didn't help. He did. But, man, that's team. The team that we just heard that coach talk put up 55 on them. Yeah. Put up double nickels on that very much so same Washington team. And it doesn't matter. It's a principle and it's a philosophy now that the Washington Dan Quinn led team, Joe Witt Jr. and those boys, they will forever not be able to stop the run because it's a principle. It don't matter how many players you have or great athletes you have, because now all of a sudden I know some people that's watching this very same video will give away their spleen, a hip, a back of a kneecap to get those Bama boys here in Dallas, but that's a whole nother conversation. So you need to absolutely have weapons. And all we're going to do is turn on the TV and there's literally a video of Saquon Barkley with his first attempt running it in for a touchdown, and they say, yeah, the quarterback is good. Shoot. Yeah, she. Man, Juju Smith is the number 1 receiver there. Put it like this. This is the craziest thing, though, when people belittle what happens over there in Kansas City. People will literally think that Xavier Worthy was an undrafted wide receiver. They will, even though it's not all fault, Sky Moore is Sky Moore, but people would think that Sky Moore wasn't a second round wide receiver, right? And people will literally look at that particular team and say, they ain't got no weapons, like they didn't go out there and get D-Hop. They will literally look at those things and say, those guys are not weapons, as if Noah Brown and T.Y. Hilton, who was 33 in the third year's age, past Master Mason out there trying to run routes. Come on, man. Man, Dak had everything. And when we do have everything, it was only for 1 year, 2021. I don't care about what the coaches, I don't care who the coaches is. We still have 4, 88, and 11. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. But we still need more. Yeah. We still need more, man. Give me more weapons.
Take the money out, all of it.
But shout out to you, Monza.
You're wasting my time now.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. A culture of winning and food coaching. I couldn't read it. Just Just need pieces. Yeah, KC. Yeah. And you need that. KC don't have a number one receiver. Woosa. There's 11 versus 11. Okay? When you have 11 versus 11, right? 11 people on one side and 11 people on the other side, right? And when you have those numbers, right, and you still have the kind of caliber of a receiver like a DeAndre Hopkins, who still, and it's an interview out there of him talking about the very much so same thing, that teams still respect D-Hop. Out of respect, they can't put their number 3 DB on him. So that requires for you to have your number 1 DB to still be on D-Hop, and you still got to roll covers over the top because you still garner that respect. So now there's 11 versus 11. So when you say that, what's 11 minus 2? Can somebody put that in the chat? What's 11 minus 2? Because I need help with my numbers there. What's 11 minus 2? Okay? Can somebody put the answer in the chat for me? I need some help so I can explain this on a 3rd grade level. What's 11 minus 2? Shout out to you, Twin. Appreciate you in the chat. Nobody know the answer? What's 11 minus 2? Come on. I know we got some smart people. Jordan Taylor, 9. Dominique, 9. Okay, so now you got 9. Okay, now you got 9. Okay, all right, cool. When you look at Travis Kelce, there's 2 options. Either you're going to sacrifice a linebacker on Travis Kelce or a safety. That's going to compromise your particular defense. Regardless of the situation, that's going to compromise because he's too quick for a linebacker all game, and he's too shifty and strong for a safety to redirect. So what you do is you bracket cover, right? So bracket covering meaning that you have a linebacker underneath and you have the safety over the top. So what's 9 minus 2? Can somebody give me that number? What's 9 minus 2? Can somebody help me out? What's 9 minus 2? Can somebody help me out with that? I'm just talking to the people, man. What's 9 minus 2? Can somebody help me out? Can y'all put that in the chat? Please, somebody put that in the chat. Come on, baby. Come on. 9 minus 2. What's 9 minus 2? Come on. 7. Okay, great. With 7 players now, there's freely that either have zone responsibility or man-to-man, because you still got to garner the respect of D-Hop as well as Travis Kelce. So you got 7 individuals. Can you load the box? Can you go 8 in a box with 7? No. So that creates organically a light box. So if you have a guy by the name of Kareem Hunt or Isaiah, you got 7 in the box opposed to 8 and 9, you can garner up some yards. And then on top of it, you still got to respect Pat Mahomes, who's one of the craziest arms that God ever created out here in the National Football League. On top of that, if you got a guy that can run a 4-2-1, if you got a guy that runs a 4-2-1, your high safety, he got to be responsible to stay over the top. Can people know what staying over the top is, ladies and gentlemen? So if you got Xavier Worthy and you still got that safety who got to respect his speed because he runs a 4-2-1 or a 4-2-2 or 4-2-3, you can't take that safety and be irresponsible and say, you know what, I'm going to take my top safety and I'm going to play him down inside and leave nobody over the top, because the moment you do that, you got a guy that can read that right 80, hey, and then motion, come here. And then you have Xavier Worthy moving to the other side. He sees that the other man is motioning. Oh, that's man. That's one-on-one. Boom. Quick pass underneath to Xavier Worthy. Now the safety is cheating down inside. Oh, he does it again. Now the safety is saying, damn, I need to be closer. And then you have a slow go for 15 to 20 yards down the field. That's just crafty. You don't need, who else do he need? He don't need nobody else. That's Pat Mahomes. Because he had the ability to have his running back to give you at least 3 to 4 yards per run. That's what he's averaging. And then you have the ability to have a safety leak out valve out of Xavier Worthy. You still have to be responsible for the running back that can catch the ball in the backfield. And on top of that, you have Travis Kelce, who in his last game, the Bills did a great job of shutting him down. But it opened up other ways because they had to account for 2. So that's why. 4.4, yeah. So that's why they're 15-2. And I'm not even talking about their defense, which was better than their offense this season. I don't even want to get into that. But this is what we're dealing with. And let me know, ladies and gentlemen, when were the Cowboys ever in that situation? I was talking to my brother, we were talking some ball this morning, and he said that Andy Reid came out and said that on pivotal downs, they never go with empty with Pat Mahomes. They never go empty. That's a common trend with the Cowboys. They go empty on pivotal downs. It's coaching. But neither here nor there. Jeez. We got yeah, or the head coach law. Yeah. Can we get to other Cooks, brother? Stephon, you talking about Stephon? No, you talking about what Cooks? You talking about James Cooks? I'm thinking about damn, yeah, shoot, slipped my mind. Diggs. I'm thinking about Stephon Diggs. But neither here nor there. They got this as an opportunity for the new mock draft to come around, and then we'll flip over to more of the Cowboys content. Hold on. This right here was CBS Sports mock draft. They got Shador going 1, they got Cam going 2, Ward, and then they got the Giants going with Jalen Milroe. All right, but they got Will Campbell, offensive tackle with the Jets. Then they got Ted going with the Carolina Panthers. And then they have Ashton Genty going to Chicago Bears. Now, this is the reason why that's happening. This is why the reason is this is happening. Because you see Will Campbell is gone, and then Kevin Banks, it is what it is with him. But Will Campbell is by far one of your better offensive tackles in this particular mock and in this draft too. That would hurt tremendously if the Cowboys can't get Ashton Genty and he fool around, go Chicagoland. 1758 Law, that cloud music playing over Jerry Jones' voice yesterday was truly legendary. Had me rolling. Oh, the clown music. Yeah.
Take some money out.
Appreciate you, bro.
Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
They got Pierce going to the 49ers, and then they have Tyler Warren going to the Cowboys. This is the first mock draft that I've seen that the Cowboys drafting a tight end in the first round. Now, at first, I was furious and I was upset and angry about that, but I can tell you guys, if we're going to be a run-heavy team, and this is by far Tyler Warren, is he can do it all, basically. He's a beast. He is a flat-out beast. By this draft being a big running back draft, if you get Caleb in the second or if you get Omarion in the second, to a degree, if you get Dylan Sampson in the third or something like that, you still have to draft you still have to draft a quote unquote 2 running backs in this draft, I believe. We're going to go running back heavy. But let me know how y'all feel about Tyler Warren, because I just talked to you guys about Travis Kelce. Not saying that he's going to be a Travis Kelce, but you got mismatch opportunities because you can't put a linebacker on and you can't put a safety. It will be that part of it, you know. So let me know how y'all feel about that. If you go with a Tyler, Warren, he's ready now. So then you will have to look at it like this. You have Jake Ferguson, you have Brevin Spann-Ford, you will also still have Schoonmaker. Boy, we had too many tight ends. Somebody at some point is going to have to get traded. You're going to have to trade away a piece there. You just can't keep all of those tight ends. I'm old enough to remember T.J. Hockenson, who was really good for the Detroit Lions. They traded him, right? So you can't get traded, and they traded him within the division. So you can't keep all of those tight ends there if this is the situation and scenario. I thought Ferg was a top 10 law. What happened? I don't know what happened to Ferg. What year is this for Ferg? Second year or third year? And he got hurt during preseason and training camp, and had a very, very slow start. Is Warren slow? I don't know. With his combine numbers come out, we would have to take a look into that. But shoot, he's a weapon X over there, Tyler. He ain't no scrap meat over there, you know. Pause if necessary. Yeah. So this is how I look at it.
Took a bit. What was the reason for that? Was there a point during your conversations with Mike that you thought that he would stay? Was there something that came up in those conversations that you needed to change? And what did he say, or some of the coaches that you reached out to, give you confidence that this was the guy that you needed, particularly given some of the criticism about some of the decisions and the coaching in recent years?
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. I wasn't aware of any clock. Where's the clock? There are a hell of a lot more important things than a clock. Take a long time to do this. How about the timing to do that? If I'd have screwed around with clocks in my life, I wouldn't get to be sitting up here. And by the way, you say, well, if you'd watched the clock, you wouldn't be sitting up here explaining why you hadn't been to a playoff game in all those years, too. I understand. I get it. One of the fun things about this deal is you get to start a new clock every time you line up for the year. And so I really can block out, not block out the practical things, because I don't care if it is the new year. If they're about to take your house away, that'll go from last year into this year. So there's reality that goes with it. So at least I'm sitting here because I know how to deal with reality. Okay? And so to answer that question is simply, it never occurred to me there was a clock at all. When I was trying to buy the Cowboys, I think I did read someplace. Tim, you might have remembered or what have you. I read someplace where that process and all that was going on was maybe creating some time problems relative to the clock of the NFL or the clock of that. I've really not had the experience of that being the determining factor. I heard this year that we didn't get Dak signed quick enough. Dak, you're sitting right back there. You want to stand up and tell him you had something to do with that?
All right, let's break that part down with the clock. Clock. Thank you so much for your support, man.
Take some money out.
Chris 214, appreciate you, man.
Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on. Come on.
Appreciate you, man. Time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. And by the Cowboys not adhering to the time, you pay more. You pay more. Deadline make deals is the devil plan. Idle mind is a what workshop? You know, so when you start talking about I'm okay with just waiting to the last minute and then putting it on someone else, like, hey, ask Dak what took him so long and what these sorts of things, knowing that this guy can't get up there and say, okay, let me state my side of the case, you know. But at the end of the day, you can't take forever to win in this particular world of the society that we are in. We are in a fast-paced society. We are. And when we start to go over all of these things and break it down to its natural forms, we see it. We see it. Take the freaking clock out of the game.
Take the money out, all of it. Come on.
Shit. Shout out to you, Johnny. Appreciate you so much for your support. Because let's listen to being adaptable to the situation. And Unc stole some of my stuff, but that's okay. That's okay. I let Unc steal it, you know, because, you know.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Yeah. It is just like we are blockbusters in the streaming era, right? Or even if we, and I'm not being negative, Nancy, I'm just giving you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly as this process going, and he's not lying. We are literally, if this is the situation, if this is the new sauce, we are literally blockbuster in Hollywood videos. Who remember Hollywood videos? Coming out now, talking about, hey, we're going to start streaming now, you know, come on, you know, we're going to start doing things now, you know. It was like, nah, it's too late now, Jerry, it's too late to start. Now, sometimes people will say, hey, just as long as you start, it's never too late, right? Late, it's better to be late than never, right? But we are just now starting to stream, and Blockbuster and Hollywood Video is starting to stream now. That's what it is. Talking about now we're going to compete with Netflix. But no, when you was high and mighty, when you was on that good sauce, you should have kept that. You should have kept that. You should have kept doing the things that was acquiring you or allowing you to win.
Or a Super Bowl.
Yo, it only took 40 years in biblical times to find the promised land. 40. We went on a circle in the desert 40 years. We're at 30.
So here's
the drought.
Like, if I had these people's money, I would not care about anything anybody had to say about me and the way I operate my business. Like, I just wouldn't pay attention. But they're clearly paying some attention to it, right?
They are.
Because that's what this means, right? Like, people say drought. It's probably actually a lot worse than a drought.
Yes.
It's a famine, or it's an ice age, more like a drought. But what Jerry's talking about, like, I get my proverbial ass kicked. Like, he's saying, like, this is what people say about me to criticize me. My response is, who cares? Yeah. Like, if you really want it to be, this is my team, and I'm going to run it the way I want to, then sort of, you know, say it with your chest, right? I mean, like, actually, like, believe in it and stand by it.
I think the success and financial security that he has is not the same as being celebrated. And I think that's what it comes down to, is he wants to convince us that he is the Jerry Jones that won 3 Super Bowls back in the day, and he's the Jerry Jones that can build this team. And they've been good. So while we do have fun with the way that he's been behaving recently, like, the teams haven't been awful. Like, there are some really terrible organizations in this sport and in other sports. The problem is the decisions that he makes, they seem to make less and less sense as we go along. Because if you wanted to keep this staff, then keep the staff together and pay the coach that you have. Why would you try to keep this staff together with the offensive coordinator and then let the head coach walk away?
And they've also lost other staffers, right? The special teams coach left. So
the best thing about this is that they all negative about it and nobody's shooting positive. So that means that, hey, if we starting from the bottom, anything that we do good, if it's a level of expectations of lowly, anything we do good, they're going to sit back and it's going to be hard for them to spin it again. So that's the number one thing that I love about all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we are starting off with that, But at the end of the day, the days of this type of coaching is far, far gone.
Be the head football coach for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm excited to be the head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's far gone,
He
baby.
inherited a program in its darkest hour.
Are you part of this group? Yes, sir. Asthma, Mike. Let's get over there on that other field and have some asthma. Get out of here.
Losing is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Get it now, Bees. Nice quickness. Nice cut, DJ.
When it comes to moving men, there is no one better than Coach Johnson.
Oh, Michael, two-hand. Don't be cute. Don't be pretty. Be good.
There wasn't a minute that I was around him in the 2 years that I played for him that I and everyone on our football team didn't know who the head coach was.
Yeah.
And he looked me in the eye and he said, I have no doubt in my mind that we'll win here and we'll win big.
Yes, indeed. That man don't even look like that anymore. What's his name? Y'all put his name in the chat, man. Oh, boy. Jeez. Got some developing news on Lunda Wells. It appears that it could be a situation and scenario that he himself may be on the way out, believe it or not. But we will, it states here, pure sources, the Cowboys are hoping to retain tight end coach Lunda Wells. He is being sought after by other teams. And that is one big hope right there, because at the end of the day, if there's no clock, right? If there's no clock at all involved into this, then there could be the lack. And that's, it just hit me. It just hit me. That's been one of the issues with this team, sense of urgency. The lack thereof is the sense of urgency. Peter Kong. Shout out to you, Peter King. Appreciate you, G. So that's one of the things that we've been having issues with, is the lack of sense of urgency. Now, don't let this happen like all of a sudden even though it's been reported that Jason Witten is out of the picture, but by us having the lack of sense of urgency or no clock, it could be a thing that we end up losing out on Lunda Wells, because I think that he's a very pivotal point for this team. I think that he would play dividends for this particular situation.
Money. The Dallas Cowboys as a franchise, they're making money. You announcing it and then introducing this new coach the week before the Super Bowl, that's not accidental. You still playing the same old game. You still got the same old game plan. This is as transparent as all get out. Here we are. We want to make news. We want to make headlines. But you're not doing anything to elevate the status of your franchise, the Dallas Cowboy fan base. You hear how quiet they are right now? It's like crickets. Because they know what they're seeing now. Before they were delusional, that's what made me laugh. And that's what made me troll them all the time, because they were delusional. I'm not going to hear any Cowboys say, no, we're going to win the Super Bowl next year, right?
Boy, sugar.
It's taking the fun out of it all, because at least you teased me. At least you lied to me. You led me to believe that you really, really believed you have a chance.
Come on, Stephen A. Smith. Come on. Yeah. Just lean forward just a little bit. You just a little bit right there, Stephen A. Smith. We gonna. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing changed. The expectations for us to win, they just beating us up now. But watch when we win about a few games, ladies and gentlemen, the expectations We gonna win. We gonna win this year for 2025. We gonna win. The expectations never change. What's the difference between Schottenheimer, than Chan Gailey? Go. What's the difference between Shotty and Dave Campo? Go. And I'm not going to bring up Bill Parcells. That's too much of a disrespect. But what's the difference between Shotty and Wade Phillips? Go. What's the difference between Shotty and Jason Garrett? Go. What's the difference between Shotty and, dare I say, Mike McCarthy, outside of Mike McCarthy winning a Super Bowl, but he's been out of the league since 2018, didn't call a single play, and we brought him in 2020, and he was to expect to get us over the hump, and we won one playoff game in his 5 years that he's been here. So what's the difference? Divisor. So what I'm saying is, hopefully, we all got to use that word hope, because we all can't sit off here and say we know that this is going to happen. We can only hope that they can step back and allow Shotty to call some shots over here. That's our hope for that, but neither here nor there. It's 11:25, and I appreciate everybody for jumping in and tuning in, but now is the time to hear from you all. But if you fool around and riding through Dallas and you heard this news of Eberflus and Nick coming into town to be our new coaches here on this staff, out of all of the people, I love the defensive side of the mindset of Eberflus. Nick, you can just leave Nick in 49ers land, but neither here nor there. If you fool around hearing that and somebody have road rage and they cut you off and they run into you and they T-bone you, oh, Lord.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Yes, indeed. And that is 214 or 817, and all of the threes, your thumb or your index finger can dial, even if you can call Siri or Chat GPT. Be sure to reach out to Frenkel and Frenkel personal injury lawyers, and they will take great care of you. They won't take advantage of you. They will not take advantage of you like those insurance companies. They are located here in the heart of Dallas. We get over 9,000 people a month to move to the city of Dallas. Those 9,000 people are not Cowboy fans, by the way. I realize that. But neither here nor there. They got over 100 years of experiences. Be sure to reach out to them if you are even in the fender bender. But before we go any further, my hotline, 657-390-7391, is the hotline for your mind for this episode. And I have the first one that's in the call line is J May from the 774. What do you know, man? What you got for me, bro?
Man, just when I think I've heard it all from these clowns, dude, it just blows my mind. The air quotes from Stephen Jones is just diabolical, man. Does he don't get it that there is a drought? Like, it's crazy. Like, the last time the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl, man, you couldn't even Google the Dallas Cowboys because there was no Google. Google was even there yet. You know, Tupac was still alive.
Yeah.
When the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl, you know, these guys, they just say things just to hear themselves talk, man, and it just blows my mind that they believe exactly what they're spewing. They believe everything that comes out of their mouth, that there's no clock, there's no time, there's everything happen. It's blowing my mind how these guys are just keep going and saying the same things over, man. Like I don't get it, bro.
Yes, indeed, man. It's one of those things. Whereas I can flip it and be happy about it, you know, and be like, hey, change you can believe in. But that hippo is never going to be skinny, you know, and that's what they are. They are the hippos. They won't be skinny. They're going to waddle around in their mud. They're going to meddle around, and they are the most notorious killers in the Serengeti or in Africa, right? But people look at the hippo and say, oh, look at the cute and cutty hippo, you know, but it's not that, because they're just as dangerous as a lion. So that's just what the Cowboys front office is, and that's what they forever will be. Those boys, man, they got every blade of hair in their head gray, so they're not finna change. And you're right, you know, you're right.
Yeah, you know, and I kind of wish that we could point to something that Shawty's been doing to say, you know, at least we got this to hang our hat on, we got this to look forward to, but man, he's had his chances, and so it's like we're in the same position that we've been since, like you said, Jason Garrett, Dave Campo, all the coaches. We're in the same thing. We have no identity, so we're right back to square one. And like I've been saying, man, we're one quarterback away from the Giants getting a decent, not even a great quarterback, a good quarterback from being in the NFC East basement for the next 4 to 6 years, bro. So I appreciate you, man, and keep doing what you do, brother.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, J May, man, from the 774. And I want us to be successful. I'm not beating us up. I gave him a 5, you know. It's not like I gave him a 4 or 3. And it's not like I'm sitting out here saying that it's going to be a 9 or a 10. It's going to be a slam dunk, because there's so many layers to this, right? And then we will gradually move our number up if things go good. We'll move the number up and say, oh, yeah, it's a 6, it's a 7, it's an 8, it's a 9, you know, 10, we here, baby. But at the end of the day, boy, it's one of those things where we got to call a spade a spade. That boy Chris from the 214, and then we had an 815. Hold tight for me. All right, 214, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me?
Hey, what's up, Law? How's it going?
Well, it's going well over here. Mm-hmm.
Good. No, I was listening to your show 20 minutes ago. You know, I was hearing that y'all was saying something about drafting a tight end at number 12.
They had the mock draft done by let me see this guy's name. It was done by Chris Trapazzo, somebody from CBS Sports. Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, to me, I'm not trying to take up for third, but do you think it was more he was injured, or you think he wasn't utilized properly, or do you think it could be a little bit of both?
Well, I don't know. You know, it's so many people had a down year last year, and some people in the chat saying that he's in love, right? It's kind of, I always look at the draft like this. If you have a Jerry Rice on your team, right, and I'm not saying that he's that, and you have the ability to draft Randy Moss, would you still do it?
I would.
Yeah. So Tyler Warren, he's your best player available, and if you feel as if though we don't need a tight end, right? But he's the best player available on the board. Bump all of that. You still draft the BPA. If he's the best player available on the board left, and your boy Genty is already gone, or Ted is already gone, and Tyler Warren is there, and you trust your tape, You get on the phone, you call around, Chris, and you say, hey, anybody want this pick? And if nobody answer, you just go ahead and take that pick and you live with it. And that's what the Cowboys should do, instead of trying to say, you know what? Taco fits my system and scheme better than TJ. Although TJ is the better player, let me just go draft this Taco, so that's, yeah, we did do that. So I look, just get the best player and keep moving. That's what I would do, But what else you got, Chris?
All right, Law.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
I ain't got nothing. Nope.
All right, appreciate you, man. All right, that's Jerry and them. Yeah, pick it up. Yeah, that's Jerry. Yes, indeed. So you always draft the best player available, man. Yeah, and if you look at it and you say, okay, if you can have that debate with yourself and say, all right, well, even though I got him as a better athlete and a better player, let me just circle back and get someone else. Let me, since we drafted off a knee, let me get Starks instead. Let me get Malachi Starks instead. And then, or Ibuka, Emeka, maybe we get Emeka. Nah, if that's the best player you got on your board, you go get the best player. But our pick is going to be Jalen Walker. Jackson says, Law Quinn had the top 10 defense he said, Jackson says, Law Quinn had a top 5 defense in 2023. Was it top 5 overall defense? And let me know in 2023, where were we on stopping the run? Ain't no way my eyes deceive me. I know for sure I read that we were right at 20 or 21 on run defense, Jackson. But look it up. Look up the Cowboys' overall defense since Quinn was here. When did we finish? Overall defense. Don't be looking up. Don't cherry pick me and be like, yeah, man, we were number 1 in takeaways. Yeah, man, we was nah. Look at the overall defense and let me know what you come up with. And I'm not beating up Quinn. I'm not saying that he's a terrible coach. I'm not saying that. Don't put them words in my mouth. Yeah. Dallas was top 5 in points allowed though. And where were we on stopping the run? Let me know on overall defense. Where were we? And then if you look at the other defensive coordinators that's been top name, like Wade Phillips and stuff like that, where is Dan Quinn into those regards? Or even Flus to a degree. Zim to a degree when we look at overall defenses. And I'm not beating up Quinn, but his principle and his philosophy is still flawed into a degree, So it's just for what it is. But neither here nor there. I'm not finna argue over spilled milk because the evidence, look, all you got to do is look at the evidence. That's all you got to do. Look at the evidence of what the historical data says about Quinn on his defenses and come back to me and let me know. If you are great and good at what you do, regardless of the situation, there's never been times of kinds of calibers that you can look at those defensive juggernauts that you look up and say, damn, they gave up 50 points. Damn, they gave up 40 points. Damn, they gave up 30 points. You just don't see that on top tier kinds of caliber of defensive coordinators, But, it's going to be hard to change people's mind on those things. But it is what it is. The next caller from the 815, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. What you got for me?
What happened to that in-camera review? But back, I got something else. We ain't gonna talk about that. So Law, I love Law Nation Sports.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I need all the love I need over here, man. Keep sending me love, bro. Appreciate you, bro. What you got?
Look, this guy, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but Law wants to rewrite history, and I'm not gonna let him do it. Sorry, just
what?
Ain't.
Where am I rewriting?
You can do that.
Break it down.
I'm finna break it down for you. So, we had Dan Quinn, right?
Right.
Law loved Dan Quinn when he was here. Now,
I still think that he's a brilliant guy now. Where's the hate?
Whoa, Law.
Huh?
Law, don't filibuster now. It's my turn. Now, Law used to Law loved Dan Quinn. Law used to love saying this stat. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was me, but I'm gonna say Law loved this stat. Law used to say, "Man, we have led the league in forced turnovers for like 3 years in a row." Law loved that stat. But now, Dan Quinn, what the hell was he doing when he was in Dallas? Because we didn't have the #1 defense in the league.
Top 5.
Who the hell is...
We didn't have top 5.
Top 10. You said both of them.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Dan Quinn? That's what Law wants us to point out. Now, I'm going to say this too, but I don't want to stick on this. All of this is a deflection so we can never bring up a particular name who's suing 5.
No. But now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. Because at the end of the day, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. And if you are depending on turnovers and takeaways, now it's time for me. No. In his 3 years coaching here as the defensive coordinator, how many turnovers and takeaways did he had in the postseason?
Law, I'm glad you brought that up. The first year we lost to San Francisco in the playoff game.
14 penalties. There was a pick from Anthony Brown. Yeah. And my guy Randy Gregory got in the way. Yeah, he got in the way of that pick 6, but that's a whole nother storyline. But he did pick them off. That was a pick. But go ahead.
No. Don't filibuster, Law. Don't do that. You don't do that, Law. Let me say something. Now, can you tell the people, because Law got his memory long like an elephant. He's good.
Yep. Longer than Jay Leno.
What was the score of that game? What was the score of the game, Law? Please don't filibuster.
Nah, you tell me. You tell me.
Guys, I'm not gonna do that. Guys,
you tell me.
Now, you're too. The time we got waxed by the San Francisco.
Why you running off from the first one? You was gonna say something. You was talking about what was the score. What was your point? What was your point?
I just want to know what was the score.
No. What was your point?
What was the score?
What was your point? What was your point?
My point is the defense wasn't our defense. So our defense was bad in that playoff game. No, it was not.
Well, in the history, let me since I like to rewrite history, let me explain history to you. There's never been a team in the National Football League in NFL history, technically, that won a game with 14 penalties. Now move to the next one.
I know all 14. Law filibustering again. Law don't filibuster.
Yeah.
All 4. You know better than I, because I don't want to stick on this because I see Law. He don't want to concede the ground. But we know all 14 penalties was not committed on defense. But I'm gonna move on. Law also wanted us to get rid of Mike McCarthy. 12-5, 3 years in a row. Now he want to get on these airwaves and whine and crying about Shoddy. Is it Law? Man, Law break down people and get them names like no other. The man called him Shoddy now. So I'm a.
Wait a minute. That's who they call him, Shoddy. They call him Shoddy. I didn't give him that name. They call him Shoddy. I just repeating what they said. Now at the end of the day, hold on. Now I got a lot of folks up in here, Brandon. But
okay.
But since you've been following the channel for a long time, was I 1,000% with Mike McCarthy year 1?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No, you remember that. Now go back and watch the video when I said I'm going to have to give him a mulligan. You know what I'm saying? Because it's COVID.
About that lie that he made.
Yeah. So what won me was 2021, by the way. But what erased 2021? Remember this. What erased 2021 was when the 40 Winers walked in there with their boombox, and Mike McCarthy opened up his mouth to say what he said. Oh man, I felt as if though I felt I had nervous players. That's on coaching. What coach is supposed to do?
Okay. If that's coaching, answer this question truthfully, Law, for your people.
For my
they
people.
don't know much.
In closing.
Answer this question. Was Mike McCarthy talking about his practice squad, the 53rd, the 50th, the 45th, the 32nd player on the team? Who do you think he was talking about that was looking nervous? That's all I want to know. And he only and guys, I'm gonna say this too. When coaches are on the field, where are they normally? Behind the quarterback. But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna end it on this. I got to.
You go let it on it.
Just a year ago, we was debating about should we give that trash quarterback a new contract. We did, so we gotta live with it. Now this year, we had a debate. Should we fire Mike McCarthy? 2 years in a row, Law Nation has given us some shoddy information. Give the quarterback a new contract. Fire your 12-win coach 3 years in a row. Just let him go and get shoddy. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Cowboy Nation. Shout out to Law Nation. And I ain't forgot we're supposed to have it in camera, but VIP, I know you run it.
Oh my gosh, man. I don't know what he was talking about on the end of that. I don't think that there was anybody after that Green Bay Packers game was saying bring back Quinn or to a degree bring back Mike McCarthy. I don't know if anybody was sitting back because y'all heard me when I was talking about both of those boys. And we thought for sure, if anything, that the Cowboys were going to get rid of one of those coaches. But it comes to find out that they never fired even Quinn. They let him walk off on his own power. But, you know, the history of the channel here, the videos are still up. And what we do, and especially, and I like my guy, Boss Cowboy Sports, what we do is, okay, since they're keeping Mike McCarthy, we give solutions. We don't cry. I don't know where they're getting all of this crying from, but we don't cry. We say, if we're going to keep Mike McCarthy, we're going to have to do X, Y, and Z things. We're going to have to win it this way. We've been talking about running the ball for a long time. It just haven't been my guy West Coast Cowboy been talking about running the ball. We've been talking about running the ball. Now, even with Shotty, I'm saying the exact same thing. With him, you're going to have to run the ball. And now, granted, he's already coming out the gate said he's going to run the ball. But guess what? We can't have the expectations of, since in the last 5 seasons, there's been only one running back that's been drafted in the last 5 seasons, going into 6 seasons. Matter of fact, we can go back to the last 7 seasons. There's only been one running back that's been drafted, and that's Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn. That's not going to work. Of only drafted because Tony Pollard, well, last 6 seasons I can say that. Well, no, the last 7 seasons has been one running back that's been drafted, Deuce Vaughn. And if the Cowboys go into this draft or this free agency and getting a Royce Freeman and marry that up with Deuce Vaughn, and they going to sit back or bring back Ezekiel Elliott for the 3rd time and say, hey, maybe we're going to bring back Zeke, we in trouble. They going to have to draft a running back. Show of hands, the people that's been in the chat that's been saying, banging on the table, oh, we can get this running back. We can get that running back. We can get this running back. We can get that running back. And it never happened. But neither here nor there. We can't be going into this particular year with Deuce Vaughn and Hunter Lupke talking about, hey, we're going to be all right. No, it's not going to work that way. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to work at all. And I'm not being negative Nancy. Right? All right. I got Dr. Q from the 210 UN. Man, talk to me.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, bro. What's going on, brother in Cowboy Nation? Hey, great show, man. You hit
Appreciate
the nail on the head on a lot of stuff, man. Dan Quinn's defense was ranked 21st, bro. They were 21st.
Yeah.
Overall. Yeah, 21st. A couple things I want to hit on. I'm going to go kind of quick because, man, there's just a lot going on in my head right now. So I listened to Patrick Walker, man. Patrick Walker yesterday when he posed the question for free agency to Stephen Jones, I think that hit a nerves, man. He didn't even know how to handle that, bro, other than doing the little emoji thing or whatever he does with his hand.
Yeah.
But I'm sick and tired of hearing Jerry talking about his days at Arkansas. Well, Michael Irvin came back after an injury and blah blah blah. I'm sick of hearing that, man. Makes no sense. And then fans talking about as long as we have 11-4 and 88, we're gonna win. Just stupid. Yeah, every time I always tell you, man, I tell you we need personnel. This is the mistakes they make. A lot of fans don't see. You brought in Jordan Phillips, who's up there in age. You paid him $1.2 million. $1.2 million. He played 2 games, got you 0 tackles with 1 assist to leave your team to talk about you. These are the things I'm talking about. You paying him money, and the guy ain't even playing, not even being productive. This is what Jerry them do, man. And they did the same thing to the kid. I think the other guy came from either New York or Minnesota. The other D lineman, I can't think of his name. But these are the things that this Cowboys team would do. They overpay guys my age and expect them to produce, man. Makes no sense, man. Next thing, man. I like what I'm kind of go off the Cowboys topic a little bit, but I like what Chris Jones said for the Chiefs, man. He said, as long as you don't get back know your coaching job, we're going to keep winning. Yeah, we are going to keep winning. That's just what he said. I believe that. And the next thing, man, I'm not sure if a lot of the fans know about this. I know you do, Law. You know, you can actually go look at the NFL puts the schedules off for 3 years, and you can see what your next opponents are the following year. So it's typically about 95% accurate, and then it changes when you get a playoff team that gets eliminated. You might or might not play them. I want the Cowboy fans to understand this, and this is why I go back with Patrick Walker. You got to get free agents. Next season, we have the NFC Central. All these teams are well coached. We got the Detroit, Green Bay, and Vikings. What do they all have in common? They all made the playoffs, and they all have great coaching. Okay, and this coming season, you got to go to Detroit. Going to be interesting. Then you got the AFC West: Kansas City, San Diego, Denver. What do they have in common? All of them have great coaching. You got to play the AFC West. So this coming season is going to be tough for Dallas, man. And if they don't make these free agent moves that we've been talking about, I'm not saying you got to go break the bank, man, but you got to pay. You got to go get some dogs and go ahead and pay the $3-4 million to bring them in. All that BS that Stephen Jones was talking about on free agents, man. I just looked at that, man. I'm like, man, this guy is he owns something, man. Last thing, bro, I'm gonna say this before I go. So in this playoff seeding, this is what a lot of folks don't understand. It takes 2 things, I say this all the time, to get to the playoffs, to get to where Philly and them are at right now. Luck and health. Now, I know if was a fifth, we'll all be drunk. Right. Now, I am a believer, and this is just me, and as much as I hate him, I'm with you on this. 49ers got the best roster. I'm talking roster in the NFC. So when you have those injuries, that's not going to help you, bro. It's just that our team, the 49ers, we caught them at the wrong time. We caught those injuries through the whole season. We had star players missing significant time. I think Dak only played the first 8 games. I think it was 3 and 5. You lose Overstone. You lose Diggs. You lose Bland. So injuries is part of the game. That's why it takes luck and health. So I think that Philly, I'm not taking away from them because I think schedule-wise, personnel-wise, Philly has the second best roster in the NFC, but they stayed healthy. I think Hurts only missed 1 or 2 games for concussion protocol. Right. But they stayed relatively healthy all year. So luck and health. So God forbid, I hope nothing happens to the Philly players next year, because you never want to wish that. But if they suffer the injuries that we suffer, would they still be the best team, Law?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even if Saquon had a pinky toe injury and had to sit out like 3 or 4 games, it would have changed because Saquon is a force multiplier. And to your point, you're right. The Saquon version for the 49ers was CMC, right? He was the equivalency of that juice to make Purdy look like people fail to realize Purdy was on his way to getting $60 to $65 million, right?
Right.
But CMC got hurt, and then Brandon Ayuk sat out the entirety of the offseason as well, and then he came back, never was in football shape, and then he got hurt and got snapped up, and it just changed the trajectory of what the 49ers were trying to do. So you're right to that degree. Like, injuries plays a major role in football, you know. It goes back to 2022 when we was in that postseason game. It trickled down effect. Terrence Steele was having the time of his life far as playing right tackle. He get hurt 3 weeks prior, right? We go into the postseason, we win, beat the brakes off the Bucks, and our kicker missing every kick known to man, and we get to the 18-yard line, right? And Tony Pollard, who had a tremendous drive on that whole series, right? Tony Pollard had a tremendous drive, and then he breaks his foot or what have you, and now the Cowboys are scrambling and scraping, and they go empty on 2nd and 2 instead of just saying, okay, pump the brakes, breathe, regroup, run the ball. You know what I'm saying? But that whole right side was terrible because now you have Bosa on a 3rd or 4th string right tackle. You know, I forgot who they put in at that spot. I think it was Lesko or somebody. But the expectation, but guess what? The expectations stayed the same.
Yep, you're right, bro. But last thing, I'll let you go, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, man. You're not going to win the Super Bowl with just the draft, bro. You can't win that way any longer.
Right.
You've got to get some free agents, man. I'm not saying break the bank, but you've got to go out there. You've got to dig in the hay, man. You've got to try to find that young stud that's probably sitting on somebody's bench. That's just hungry, man. What do you say? Pure, hungry, and determined.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones you have to go and try to find, because you're not winning the Super Bowl with just the draft. It's just not going to work. And so I think when Patrick Walker brought that up, man, that even hit me, because I don't know if you got a chance to. Well, I'm sure you watched it.
Right.
Patrick Walker posed that question. He was like, "Hey, we got fans in uproar right now." Stephen Jones. What do you feel about this free agency? How you're going to change that?
Right.
That's when he went into the quote unquote finger thing, and it just doesn't make sense, man. And hopefully, I'm gonna say it again. Hopefully, they could, hopefully they will do something different. But I do know the playoff format would have been different if, and I know if it's a fifth again, if all the teams that you know would be there was healthy.
Right.
I don't think you'd probably even see the Commanders in the playoffs this year. You probably wouldn't see the Vikings. But those things happen. We didn't backfill key positions. Before
I let you go, it took a Hail Mary and it took a Cowboys loss of a guy named Warrior touching the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? So if we win that game, and if the Chicago Bear dude don't be talking and jawing back and forth with the Washington guy, or fans or what have you, and if they lose that game, they won't even make it to the postseason. So people fail to realize football is a game of inches, and you got to be healthy. But we wish the best for Jaden Daniels, because there's going to be, I think that he got untapped potentials, and his mama don't even let him date, so he going to have good legs out there. So he going to be all right. I'm saying, he got curfew and everything, so he all right. Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yes. All right, brother. Take care, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Dr. Q, man. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, his mama don't allow him to date, do nothing, Go to bed, it's bedtime. Oh my gosh, man! But that's how it is, man. With everything. All right, man. I'm looking at everybody, man. Let's get the 214 in again from the 214. You live? Who we speaking with?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
What's good with you, man? What you got?
Man, it's first to have, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time being on with you, man. I appreciate you for letting me on, big dog.
Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you.
All right, so in the words of Skip Bayless, man, it's my turn.
It's my turn. Okay, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Okay. Number one, man, the Cowboys be doing stuff backwards. How do we build a team, Law? You know how we build a team.
Trenches.
From the trenches.
Come on with it.
Trenches out. Do the Dallas Cowboys build their team from the trenches out, or they do it from the outside in?
Right.
That's number one. We do not have we got a semi-offensive line. We got holes in our offensive line, but we definitely got holes in our defensive line. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of the problem of what we got going on, the way we build a team. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if we can go by the philosophy that everybody went by and build from the trenches out, I think we'd be a whole lot better. They want to get big money players. They want to get receivers and corners and tight ends. And no, man, we need to build from the inside out, and we would do a whole lot better. Number two thing I do not like about Cowboy fans. Cowboy fan, and I'm going to say this. I said this on Boss last night, man. I'm a Cowboy fan, so people don't think I ain't no Cowboy fan. But what I don't like about Cowboy fans is when a coach is here, we love him. But when he leave, he a op, and we talk bad about him. We can't talk bad about these coaches because they left. Because when they was here, we loved them. Anybody talking about, I understand Dan Quinn got his flaws. Right. These coaches got their flaws, but we can't talk noise about them when they gone. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to clean up our mess in our house before we try to go to somebody else's house, tell them how to clean up their stuff. That's a lot of problem with that's a problem with a lot of us Cowboy fans. We want to go to somebody else's house, tell them, man, your house dirty, bro. Your house, boy, you got clothes all on the floor, you got dishes all in the sink, but our dishes stacked up to the ceiling.
Talking bad about Jason Garrett wasn't that bad. Talking bad about him though, right? Come on with it. And then Rob Marinelli, he was good for what he brought to the table, but I don't think people were talking so bad about him when he left. And I think that the talk track about Dan Quinn, people were angry and upset. Man, we got the doors blown off of us, man, in that postseason game versus the Green Bay Packers. So, who else been a recent coach that left that we've been saying, okay, we gave him his flowers? I think Wade Phillips, we gave him some flowers of what he was able to do as a DC, but not as an HC.
They called him soft when he was here. You know,
as the head coach, he was. It wasn't his turn. It was his turn, bro, but he wasn't a head coach material in my opinion, if I can say that. But he's a damn good defensive coordinator, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Right. I just feel like we got to keep our eyes on our own paper.
Right.
I feel like Jerry distracts us. I ain't gonna say Jerry distracts us, but a lot of our distractions is focusing on other teams and what other teams doing instead of putting the fire up underneath Jerry, Jerry in this organization, you know what I'm saying? And this is another ploy that Jerry could use to throw a rock and hide his hand. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you with that, Fab. What else you got before I let you roll?
Man, I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, let's just get ready, you know what I'm saying, for the buffoonery. I said this last night. Let's get ready for the buffoonery, man, and shoot. I'm just waiting to sit back and laugh and see it all go bad. So maybe Jerry Jones will flip that toupee he got and do something for the good, brother.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you from the 214, man. Appreciate you. Good call from him. Yes, indeed. So appreciate you, man. I think the news just released that we are hiring Eberflus as our defensive coordinator. I think Flus been, like I said, he's been a phenomenal coach. as it relates to defensive coordinator, right? I don't think that he's head coach material, but it's not up to me to say those things, right? But it appears that, let me see, making sure that so they still closing in on the deal, man. What's taking them so long for that? All right, so according to the news, Cowboys coaching staff Eberflus, Cowboys closing in on a deal to make Matt Eberflus the new defensive coordinator per Ian Rappaport. And the Cowboys are closing in on the deals of former Bears head coach Matt Eberflus to be their next defensive coordinator per sources. The favorites all along. Eberflus joined Brian Schotty staff and returns to Dallas, whereas the linebacker coach from 2011 to 2017. So he would be your new guy. And then, of course, late last night or yesterday, Nick Sorensen is the guy that's going to be the special teams coordinator here in Dallas, allegedly, per sources, I guess, from Tom Pelissero. So those are the resources from there. I got from the 305. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's good, Bill? All is good.
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain, bro. What you got for me?
All is well, man. Oh, man. I don't know where to start at, Big Law. I couldn't even call in last week or this week, man. This team got my blood pressure up, man. I'm only in my 30s.
Hey, man, get outside. Get some of that vitamin D, man. Breathe in God's air, man. Get out of that AC here.
I'm just kidding with you, man.
Yeah.
But, what can I start? I mean, first of all, man, with this Dan Quinn thing, listen, we're not saying Dan Quinn was a bad coach.
Right.
Dan Quinn has flaws in that defense. He always had flaws in his defense. That's why he always end up without a job, because he has flaws in his defense, period. He like that little hybrid defense with small linebackers. He like the blitz a lot. You feel me? So that's why his scheme is that way. So when it comes down to the playoffs and at the end of the year, when teams are running the ball more, because most teams are hurt, you're trying to get in the playoffs, the flaws come out. They run right up the middle. The same thing. They run right straight up the middle. The A gap and the B gap. There's nothing changed. You get what I'm saying? If you see it, football, they run right in the A gap and B gap on Quinn defense. So it is what it is with that. Now let's talk about our new coach, Law. Oh my God. Our new coach opened up this interview by saying, it's not about the X's and O's, it's about family.
Family.
What do you think about that? What do you get? What do you get from that, Law? What do you get from that?
That the people that showed up to that damn interview, they got a leg up on anybody else because it's about family. So I just hope that he walk in, because this is the fear that Michael Irvin have as well. Jimmy Johnson wasn't well liked between the players to the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Because they was in fear of him, right? So by us not being in fear, look, Jalen Brooks is not in fear of Brian Schotty, right? Tolbert is not in fear of Brian Schotty. So it can work if we winning. It can really backfire in our face if we losing, because there will be a time where Mingo or Flournoy probably be better than Brooks or Tolbert, but we family, And family, there's rules. When I sit down, I eat first. You know what I'm saying? The kids don't eat first. I get my plate sent to me first. That's family. You know what I'm saying? When the guests come over, I'm gonna make sure that they get special treatment, because that's family. There's orders to family. So that's my issue, 305. If he gonna come in with that family mentality, it's gonna be more of the cotton candy soft stuff, and that's what we don't need, bro.
Yeah, but and that goes to my point, Law, and I'm glad you broke it down at the end. Well, that's what we don't need. I'm all about family, right?
I'm all about
it. Right now, it's no family. How is family when you don't even have coordinators? You don't even have a roster. What family you building? You finna build a new family? What? I mean, let's get this straight. First of all, you are offensive coordinator.
Right.
And you come out and say it's not about X's and O's. You are coordinator. It is about X's and O's with you. You are coordinator. What the mean it's not about X's and O's? How are you going to get that better? What if you're going to have a running game this year? What is it going to do about these routes that we run every single year and the players are complaining about it?
Yeah.
What are you going to do to change? And all he could have did was saying, hey, it's all about family. I love this family right here. It's like they know how to pick them. They know how to pick them. They know how to pick them. I don't know what to say about this team. I thought these guys had a strategy, Law, and the more and more I look at it, they didn't have a strategy. They didn't have a strategy at all.
That's why I got him at a 5. So there are certain circumstances that, I think that the last coach that was more like that. What was that coach that won that Super Bowl with the Rams?
Mark, I think his name was?
Dick Vermeil or whatever. He a crying coach. That brother cried.
Oh, okay.
I think Dick Vermeil, or it could have been Mark. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna dog him. All I'm saying is my only thing is to point out everything, whether it's good or bad. I can't just sit back and say, man, we're going to go undefeated, man, because we got Shotty now calling the plays, and that this family approach is going to work without X's and O's. And I get it. Jimmy Johnson wasn't really an X's and O's guy, but he was a fiery guy. He was a fiery guy that brought, he ruled with the big stick, meaning that he coaches the coach. That one thing that people fail to realize. Jimmy coaches the coach. He coached North Turner. He coached my guy Dave Wanstead. He coaches the coach. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes, man. And I don't know if Shotty's going to go in here and be able to go blow for blow, toe for toe with Matt Eberflus, right? Or with Nick Sorensen, even though he have all of those years of experiences in these sorts of things, it may be family. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
But no, what influence? I mean, with the coach that he's trying to get with the defensive coordinator, right? What he specializes in? What defense he running this year? What defense he going to be?
It's going to be cover two variations of that. I think that his front sevens always look pretty good. I think that, overall, I think that this defense is going to be gritty. They're stopping the run first. They're going to have a linebackers. Look, the blessing is with Matt Eberflus, it's going to have a linebacker mentality on the defense. The mentality of a linebacker, the quarterback of the defense. This is going to be a match made in heaven for Amir's Leofile, and as well as my guy Overshawn. I'm not even thinking about Parsons. Parsons going to be Parsons. He's a special X weapon, But when you think about the growth that's going to happen with Eberflus, and with Eberflus and Mirrors live out, shoot. And when Overshawn ever come back, it's going to be great for us on defensively speaking. It's going to be a great defense. I love that.
So he running like a base 4-3. That's what he running like.
It's going to be 4-3. It's 4-3 defense.
It's going to be 4-3.
Yeah,
with a cover 2 behind.
Yeah, cover 2 shells, 2 high.
I won't mind that because we had success with the cover 2. Zimmer kind of run that thing. I know Dave don't like to run man more, if I'm not mistaken. But I would love to see that. Before I go, what's the word on Will McClay, Law? I can't ask some questions today, man. I ain't know dealing with the coaches with this thing. We just got to see what it's going to be as far as this coach, as fans. It is what it is, bro. We can't change these Jones. You can't,
man.
So we just got to come with solutions, man. What's up with Will McClay, man? Is he going to be here next year? What's going on with him? Because without him, man, I don't see this team going further, especially when it comes to drafting.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that there's reports of them going to the Senior Bowl, and I can't wait till the end of the day. They're gonna do the interviews there, what they see and what their processes are, and we just got to continue to full court press them. I hope that they come up with some type of agreement with Will McClay's contract, but Will McClay, I think that when I look at the pictures and I look at the visuals of what he's doing, he's okay with anything and everything that's going on. I don't think that he's fighting back on anyway. But I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, Bill. Thank you for taking the call.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah. Vincent Johnson states that this ain't celebrity boxing. This is still a team sport, and I that's what I'm saying. Shoot, it's a team sport, and may the best team member be out there. Let me see if I can find that clip of him walking out there. I think I got it somewhere here, but I don't have it. I don't have it in my deal here. But I did see reports that he was at the Senior Bowl and these sorts of things. So Ben Lattimore is there. Some of our people are out there, man. Shout out to everybody that's there. But we'll find out, man. We'll find out more and more as this process goes through. But neither here nor there. Got from the 513, then we have the 202, and then we had the 206. 513, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by
Law Nation.
Frenkel Firm. What's good,
bro?
All is well, man. Come on with it.
Been a minute. How you doing over there?
All is well. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to go into the optimistic side, but I will say that I have a pretty good feeling about this move. Just because, number one, I mean, just like Ryan Clark said, let's not act like the Cowboys are a far-off team.
Right.
This is a team that is constantly in Super Bowl or playoff contention about every year, except for last year. And let's also be real. Last year, we had an insane amount of Pro Bowl and star players injured for long periods.
Dick Vermeil.
I mean, I'm not sure many teams that can overcome that much adversity. Starting corners out for like the whole entire first 9 weeks or however long. You know, Mike is out for 6 weeks. Tank's out for almost 10 weeks. Dak's out half the season. I mean, there's so many things that factored into it.
Right.
And the reason why I like this move is because our team was already good. We just needed to get over the hump. And the things that were kind of holding us back, at least I feel like, from the coaching standpoint, was, you know, Mike McCarthy making bad judgments at the times of possession where we need to have really good judgments, or constantly throwing the ball out of shotgun instead of running on the early downs, which is something that Schottenheimer is big on, is establishing the run first on early downs.
Right.
So I think he's going to be able to bring more of a balance to the offense and more of that no-nonsense attitude, which is what we've been missing for a long, long time, going all the way back probably to Parcells. And, you know, as Cowboy fans, what about Shoddy do we not like from what he said? And not just from what he said, but what the way that he carried himself through his whole entire body language. I mean, from what I saw and what we've been needing, he kind of demonstrated a little bit more. I'm not going to say he's like the all-star best, but he definitely showed some of the signs of what we've been needing, which is someone with no nonsense, someone that does know and understand the balance of running and passing. And I think his attitude and his character is definitely going to bring a difference to the atmosphere and the way that people come together as a team. So I'm not going to like talk bad about it. I'm not going to shoot it down. I think it could be a good step forward, especially seeing these character things that he brings, which were missing from Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, a wait and see moment. You know, that's why I'm looking at it. That's why I said I got him at, if I scale of 1 to 10, I got him right in the middle. So, I mean, we can talk a good game about, you know, what he's planning on doing, but we got to see whether or not this is going to be processed out, because there's other factors, right? Like, we can talk about banging the table for Genty, or we can talk about banging the table for XYZ players out of this draft. But the Cowboys can have a totally different viewpoint, and it could be more the same. So that's why I'm sitting here saying, okay, we're going to wait in the middle to see how all of this work out. Yes, there are things that we can look at and say on 3rd and 1, we know for sure he ain't going to go shotgun Hail Mary, right? And we were hit with a slew of injuries. But when it come down to player evaluation, will Shotty make the right movements as far as decision making? If it's time to cut Jalen Brooks, will he allow that to happen, right? Or will he bang the table and say, hey, I get Jalen Tolbert and I get Jalen Brooks, but this Emeka is going to be better than these boys, right? Or if we go get a Trey Harris, he's going to be better than those guys. So just a wait and see, man. It's just too long for right now. It's still January, right? So we got to see how this can all unfold from there. But you are right. He do sound a little bit more assertive than what we've seen out of Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett to a degree.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, though, overall in life, I'm not the type of person to sit here in negativity and just constantly support a team, but be the enemy of my team at the same time. So I don't know what's up with all of you fans out there hating so much. Like, if you support a team, like, show some love in some type of way. Like, you can just go and join the Eagle fan base. For real.
they accepting applications, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Marcus. Appreciate you for your support.
Yes, sir, man. Have a good one.
Yes, indeed. Yes, good call from. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Marcus from the 513. And to be fair, none of y'all want me to be talking. Yeah, man, we going to the Super Bowl, man. We gonna have the #1 offense. We gonna have the #1 run attack. Man, y'all be sitting here thinking like, man, this dude is off of Lululand or something. Look, the hardest spot to be at is in the purgatory. Either you gonna be in heaven or you gonna go straight to hell. And we are in that middle spot right now. Depending on how things gonna unfold, we're in a resting spot. But at the end of the day, being fair and balanced is the approach. But just because I say those things doesn't mean, and I wish that most of you guys look at it from that perspective, even with the players on this team. That's what we've been trying to tell a lot of folks. That these are the things that could happen and these are the things that will happen. And even with, you can break down how to win with Jason Garrett, how to lose with Jason Garrett. You can break down how to win with Mike McCarthy and how to lose with Mike McCarthy. It's two folds to it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, people have a right to be frustrated and angry. It's been 30 years. 30 years. Negativity is like a plague. It's spread like wildfire. But yeah, but even when they was talking about on that clip from Get Up this morning, these folks wanted to get to the promised land. The trip's supposed to take 10 days. Took those boys 40 years. And very much so, the same person that freed everybody from being captured, from pharaohs and them, never got a chance to see it. Moses never got a chance to see the promised land. But it was based off of the decisions of the people. They said, man, yeah, you freed, yeah, you parted the Red Sea, you did all of those miracles and all of those other things. But we no longer want those things. Man, times was a little bit better when we was under his ruler and under his leadership. Because, man, we getting tired of eating food that's falling out of the sky. A cloud that covered them in the heat. Warmth, fire gave them warmth when it was cold. They got everything wandering around in the wilderness. That's like me looking up saying, let me get a hamburger and some French fries. Man, add some cheese on mine. They're just coming out of the sky. And it'll fall right to them. Oh, it's cold. All of a sudden, my clothes never withered. You couldn't even rip your clothes. A cloud followed them. So Moses said, you know what? I'm going to be right back. Let me go talk to G.O.D. on some things right quick, man. Let me go talk to G.O.D. So Moses, he goes to the mountain, go talk to G.O.D. for a quick second. He going to G-O-D, and he comes back with the tablet and everything, and these people worshiping the cows. They worshiping a whole something else. Don't y'all know how crazy that is? After I done freed y'all from slavery, y'all had whips on your back, y'all getting all of this stuff, and y'all gonna do this to me? I was only gone for a few minutes, and I come back, y'all want to worship something else. And the people cried out and said, we no longer want to worship that God. We want a physical God. We want something tangible that we can touch and feel. We don't want all of this hope. We don't want the future. We want to worship the golden calf. Let us worship that. And that is what people are doing. They are worshiping the last 3 Super Bowls that we won. Oh, man, look at Jimmy Johnson. Let's worship Jimmy. Let's worship the 3 springs that we had in the 90s. We keep going back to that. And the golden calf. yeah, Texas around the golden calf. Because they looked at it. Oh, the golden calf. Provide us food. Provide us milk. Oh, the tusk, we can turn those into weapons. The golden calf, the calf brings us more than what God brings us. So let's worship that. Shoot. So I got the 202, man. You're live on the nation, man. No clone Tyrone. Boy, what you got for me?
Man, what's going on, Law?
Nothing
I'm in the middle, too. I'm right here
in the middle. Right.
Because, yeah. I'm in the middle because, right smack dab in the middle. Jerry don't want to win. In my mind, he just don't want how to win.
Right.
If the way he going about this whole thing, he's going about it in comfort. I kind of like the move with Schottenheim. I like that move because he's a run first. In his interview, let you know he's going to run the ball first. But for the most part, I don't see too much change. I don't see too much changing. I see the biggest move that we're gonna have to make is in free agent.
It's gonna have to be.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make them moves in free. I mean, yeah, we could depend on the go in the draft, and the draft might be good. You might get some good players. You might end up getting Gentry or the tight end, whoever.
Right.
But for the most part, I feel like if we don't do something in free agent,
right,
this team gonna suffer. And like the other caller said, there don't have to be no real splashy blockbuster move. It just has to be a move that makes sense. And right now, Jerry or his son ain't moving in logical, in that logical aspect. They moving like they want to make money, and they want to build for their family, like his immediate family, his sons, and he don't really care about this thing. And I got to the point that man don't care about the team. Like, and I don't feel no way about it, but in a way I kind of do, because it's like the fans care about this team way more than you do, but the fan base is too fickle. Like, we got Brandon, and we got all these different fans.
They make it think that whatever we say.
How many times have you seen?
They make it think that whatever we say that we're trying to protect one instead of giving the full recipe to all. You know what I'm saying? Like these 30 years of us living like this been because of one person versus the 2 owners that we have. like everything is fine and dandy here. It's just that one person, the quarterback, is the reason why we say these things. But no, it is not the case nor the scenario. Keep going, though.
Yeah, but they Brandon, for some weird reason, he keep attacking Dak Prescott like he's the problem. Prescott don't pay himself. Because if he would have paid himself, he would have paid himself earlier in the season so he can be with his receiver. You understand what I'm saying? He would have paid his receiver earlier so he can be with his receiver. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that man don't run the team. Like, until that upper half of that fan base, the dumb half of the fan base gets the reality of it all.
Yeah.
Because this is the reality of it all. That man don't run the team.
And in order for us to win, Jerry got to be on a real business mindset, because right now this ain't business. You're not protecting your best investments. You ain't protecting your receivers. You're not protecting your quarterback. Your quarterback is getting killed.
You can't put a number on.
Wow. You're not doing the proper things. And like you said, 5 years we drafted one running back.
Yep.
One running back.
One.
Until that side of the mentality change, we're gonna be stuck.
Man, come on with it, bro. You spitting the truth over there.
I'm with it, but it's just like, God damn, come on, Jerry. You gotta look at the man in the mirror at this point. And if you won't take no information from anybody, take it from the president. And that man know how to run it back. I ain't trying to get political, but if you're gonna take some information from somebody, take it from him. Yeah. But I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. God damn, going crazy fucking with Jerry.
Appreciate you for calling in, Chief, man. Thank you so much for your support, bro. DC for life,
DC
man.
for life.
There's no clone Tyrone. Shout out to AI. They heard me saying it. They made the picture for me. SAR says, why do Steve and Jones sound like a plantation owner? Oh, my gosh, man. You got to see me. I ain't going to say that, though. Come on.
Take the money out. All of it. Come on.
Yeah.
Wasting my time now. Come on.
Jeez. Boy, come on. Yeah. I got from the 206 MJ, you the mix. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing?
Not much, man.
I just like to say with the delusion of Cowboy fans, some of y'all not Cowboy fans anyway. I've been here, I'm 61 years old, been a Cowboy fan all my life. And like I said, I keep it real. Y'all don't. Y'all keep crying over, y'all crying because y'all trying to compete with Philly. Philly ain't shit to me. Philly just not winning, and we've been winning, but we ain't win to the Super Bowl. We won in 94, 92, 93, 95. We won Super Bowls. We had the glory days, and we was, talking smack to everybody. Then come 2000, we had a chance to win. 2007, home field advantage, and we lost. We lost a few home field advantage. Y'all just got to call what it is. Out of them 30 years, we should have had like at least 2 more Super Bowls. Then y'all would have been happy. Y'all would have, we got 2 more Super Bowls. We got 7 titles. Then you call my fan, man, shut the hell up, man. It's a new beginning. I'm all the way with Shotmar. Shotmar got that new scheme. Once they get that Arizona, that's what I've been wanting. That Arizona new coach, once they sign him.
You're talking about the offensive line coach from Arizona. They're in conversation with him. Yeah, I think that he'll bring in some help for that, but there's a wait and see type of thing, though. But do people have a right to be upset and angry that the Eagles been out of the last 3 Super Bowls? 2 out of the last 3 years, they've been to 2 of them, huh?
No, doesn't matter. We went 12-5, 12-5. We should have made 1 Super Bowl, Law.
We should have won the Super Bowl. We should have won the Super Bowl when you have the lead in penalties. We led the league in penalties.
We still made it to the playoffs. We was 12-5.
But name me the team that led the league in penalties to win the Super Bowl.
Who fought us that long?
Huh?
Who fought us that long?
Yeah. Where does the fish rot from? Where do the fish rots from?
Lord, if you get me to the playoffs, I'm 12-5. Got the second home field advantage.
Where does the fish rots from?
Who fought us that long?
Where does the fish rots from?
Huh?
Where does the fish rots from?
Law.
The fish rots from the head. The fish rots from the head. As above, so below. So if you have dysfunctions, above, then you can have dysfunction below. Why do we use credit score, MJ?
Law. You trying to make excuse, Law?
No. Well, why do we use credit score? Will you give someone a new house if they have a $400 credit? If they have a 400 credit score?
No, Law. I can't let you get away with that, Law.
Why you can't let me get away with facts? Where did I lie?
No, we should have Law, we should have been to the Super Bowl, Law.
Why? What give us the right to be at the Super Bowl? When did we earn the right to be in the Super Bowl?
The same thing with Tom Brady. Look, Tom Brady now Tom Brady had like 2 interceptions, getting his butt whooped, and they still was in the game. But then he got that ball and drove down the field.
What was their defensive ranking?
Look, Law, we still had a chance.
What year are you talking about? You talking about a guy? You talking about a guy that got 7 Super Bowls?
No, Law. No, see, Law. I'm like Brandon, Law.
Who?
You killing me.
You making excuses. You making excuses. What grant you the right to be right when you're wrong?
Law, if I give you the baton and I give you a 10-yard lead and somebody runs.
When did we had a 10-yard lead? When did we had the lead and we lost it and we didn't win that postseason game?
Law, 2007, Law.
2007. That's a whole different. That's a whole different era of football.
But you keep talking about
you talking about something. You talking about something that you expecting. Both of those guys been fired.
No, we went
12-5. You scrambling and scraping. What happened?
So we should have went to the Super Bowl 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. Out of one of them years, we should have made the NFC final championship game. Out of 3 of them years.
Out of all 3 of the years, every year we should be able to compete. If you make it to the postseason, you should be able to compete, but we didn't.
You didn't answer the question, Law. Should we made it to the NFC Championship game out of one of them years?
Out of one of those years, if we had proper coaching, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So McCarthy was a bum then. That's what you're saying. He was a bum.
He didn't install any passion.
Okay.
And he didn't get the job done. That's why he's looking for a job.
Thank you.
That's why he's looking for a job. He's 1-3 in the last 5 years. He's 1-3 in the postseason.
Thank you. So that's why I'm giving a shot tomorrow with this new scheme that will help.
The scheme will help, but he still need the players. Is what I'm getting at. So that's why I got him at a 5.
We gonna see. I see what you're saying. He got to get the players too.
He got to bang on the table for the players as well. He got to make the strong cuts. He got to be able to do those things.
Law, you and the fans, y'all put the pressure on him because you seeing that thing. Like I told you, that's the first time I've seen Steven, I ain't talking about Jerry. Steven is fighting his. He the one fought for the coach, and this is the first time he ever said he know he got to change up something. So hopefully he give you a little bit more players. With the new scheme, our running game gonna be cold blood. All
right, so let me interject. You said hopefully. You said hopefully, right? The teams that's going to be competing, there's no hopefully. They will go out there and draft a guy. They will go out in free agency and go get people. But we are leaning on hope. That's what we are saying, MJ. So I don't think that anybody should be delusional or be considered delusional for speaking facts. That you are leaning on hope just like I'm leaning on hope that Stephen Jones do the right thing.
That's right. So I'm just saying we need to the run game scheme that me and you always cry for, and your boy run the damn ball with the hat. I got his hat. I'm gonna run it to the practice this year. Run the damn ball with the new scheme. This right here, and Brandon, you listening? If Dak Prescott don't do it this year with this new running scheme that's gonna make him more explosive with the play action, then you can get to kick our butt.
Well, put it like this: what quarterback would have won in those circumstances?
Someone throwing 40 times, nobody.
So there's now we agree. We agreed on that, and that's just the bottom line. You just said the same thing. So nobody in those circumstances would have been able to win, and we got 30 years of historical data that proves that. And I appreciate you for calling in.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
About them Cowboys, and we gonna win over 10 games. We got our quarterback back. The offensive line gonna be a beast. The receiver's gonna be a beast. And all you Fairweather fans, go somewhere else. I'm a real Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I don't care. You could be the quarterback, Law. I'm down for you. How about them Cowboys?
All right.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You killing me, man. This is not.
Oh boy. If I could just change the lady out and say law, you know what I'm saying? If she could just say law, or somebody, AI, can you do that for me? Instead of putting Pharaoh up here, instead of this guy, that's oh man, comparing anybody to anything to this guy right here, who got like the Infinity Stone, Thanos. Look, let me just tell y'all how great Tom Brady is, or been on a team to have 7 Super Bowl trophies all time. We just trying to get one of them mugs. Shoot, we just trying to get one of those things, man. He got more than the Patriots. He got more. Well, he's part of the Patriots. He got more than the Steelers. He got more than the 5 that we have. And that's me and the Niners. That's all we got is the 90s, right? Shit. Just look at just look at Tom Brady, man. Just look at him. Just look at that stat right there to the far left. The brother got 7 rings, man. He got 7 of them. I got Swayze for the 908. Then I got the 860 VIP, and then I got 662, man. Swayze, man. Come on with it. What you got for me, bro?
Yo, it's VIP. Yo, don't talk about my quarterback, man. Yo, he does nothing wrong, man.
Wait a minute.
Yo, it's the franchise, boy. I know Jaden Daniels went to the NFC Championship in his rookie year with less talent than he had around Dak Prescott, but it's not Dak Prescott's fault, man. It's Jerry Jones, man. Even though Jerry Jones is not my franchise quarterback, man. No, but all jokes aside, though, we got to stop.
Jeez, boy. Now you know what you're doing now, bro. Come on, man. Oh my God, man, what you got for the show today, man?
Because I'm crashing out because we're not going nowhere next year. So I'm crashing out. I'm actually, Law, you about to get more viewership, so I'm just gonna be watching you during the Cowboys game. I'm gonna have the Red Zone on. It's just you. I'm not watching Cowboys games next year. I'm just watching Red Zone and then you. I'm not. I don't have Stockholm syndrome. Like I'm not a beer wife that keeps going back to her husband after, baby, like, this is going to be different next time, baby, like, I promise. And then keep getting beat on, and then next year you're crying again.
The Stockholm Syndrome?
It's Stockholm Syndrome. Like, this is a Dave Campbell hire. We're not doing nothing next year. Number one, did Jerry in that press conference even indicate that he's going to restructure Dak Prescott's contract in time for us to sign free agents next year?
No, I just hope that they can, though. We all on the hope, just like I told MJ. We hope that Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones do the right thing. That's all we leaning on is hope, and that's all we got,
Air quotes, hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got to do Stephen Jones. Air quotes, hope. Now, when he did the air quotes, I'm not going to lie to you, Law, I was done from there. That's when I was like, oh, he don't know what he's doing. Like,
yeah,
he's playing air quotes on drought, and that's what it's not a quote. We literally have a drought. We have the worst drought, and amongst the popular sports, we have the worst drought. Even the Knicks, the last time we went to the Super Bowl, the Knicks at least went to the finals at least one time during that time span.
Damn, that is terrible.
Mind you, that's terrible, guys. That's why I told you when Dak Prescott, when it was time to sign that, I said don't sign him because this team is a joke. If the team's going to be a joke, let's at least be an entertaining joke. Let's get Deion Shador Sanders. It's entertainment. Your views be going up. We be watching the whole off season. We all be going to training camp. We all be even though we know we wouldn't win, it will be at least entertaining. With Dak and Brian Schottenheimer, this shit about to be the most boring football you have ever watched. We might get Gentry, we might not. If we do get Gentry, we don't even have the offensive line, so we're going to be fighting amongst each other, and it's going to be a side Cowboys fans going to say Gentry's a bust. It's going to be a side Cowboys fans saying we don't have no offensive line. It's a spoil. Like, we are literally the worst. We actually in the worst shape amongst NFC East teams. At least the Giants going to get Shedeur Sanders, an elite quarterback. So we don't even have hope amongst the franchise. I don't get it. It's like, and people saying you're not a real Cowboys fan. No, I'm not a stupid Cowboys fan. I'm not stupid. I'm not giving no white man no money because my father was a Cowboys fan. My father thought I was I'm not doing that. Until you look at me and say I'm actually trying to win, we're not watching the games. I'm talking about the new Cowboys fans, the people in their 20s, not the old heads. We're not doing that this year, dog. We're not. This is a terrible franchise. It's the worst franchise. We actually might be up there with the Jaguars now because at least a smart organization, when we had a decent team or we had the team around them, we would recognize that and say, all right, let's try to upgrade every position. That includes the quarterback. We didn't even try. We say no. They start gaslighting us, saying Dak Prescott is actually a franchise quarterback, even though he's basically Sam Darnold from the Vikings. He's basically Sam Darnold, the black Sam Darnold. So it's like, and we have him on our franchise for the next 4 years.
And Swayze, in closing, bro.
In closing, Michael Irvin himself, he told you it's a bad hire. So even if Michael Irvin, that's the super Cowboy fan, if he told you that's a bad hire and he's not looking for the next season, you are a stupid Cowboy fan. If you have any hope in your brain, look, before I go, you just played the R. Kelly clip. I'm gonna use another R. Kelly clip.
What's that?
Use your common sense. Why would I do that and keep watching games knowing that we're gonna lose and we're not even losing to you know how you lose and you're like, all right, we're like it's the first year, like we're building franchises. I mean we're building, we're drafting, we're it's a rebuild year. We're losing and not even trying to win the Super Bowl. We're certainly not trying to win the Super Bowl.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. We got some breaking news. Thank you so much, Swayze. Thank you for jumping in, bro. It is now official. The Cowboys have hired Matt Eberflus as their defensive coordinator. It's officially the news of the hour. Yeah. So shoot out any other possible candidates. Man, this is great for us, man. I can't wait. This right here, in my opinion, and let me just say this. Let me do that again because I got to record this. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can get a beautiful illustration somewhere. You can just type this in. I'm gonna do this right quick. We'll do a quick record right quick. Build a plane as we fly. Come on, damn thing. I can't spell these people last names. Schottenheimer and Eberflus and can I Action Power, can I give Matt a nickname? Yeah. What is it? What is damn news at? Come on, give me a pretty thumbnail picture or something, You got all the expected. I guess I'm too soon with it. Hold on, bear with me, y'all. It should update by now. Come on. Well, that was 1 hour ago, even though we knew. He's just, no, that ain't his page. Y'all, hold on, y'all bear with me. Harley Bailey. Let me see right here. They don't have none of that stuff here. But let me just go right here. We just gonna pull it up right here. They got the thoughts on this damn thing. Hold on, let me pull right here. Matt Eberflus, one more time. Y'all bear with me. They don't have no updated picture. But just take my word for it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Give me some breaking news right here. Breaking news, the Cowboys is now officially with their new defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus. He will be a guy that can bring some stability to this defense when you start talking about Matt and his kind of caliber of way of coaching. He will be a linebacker first mentality. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, think of this. Think of this. The linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. And now you have that here as your defensive coordinator operating as such. Now, Matt, he did a great job when he was with the Colts, got promoted to being the head coach for the Chicago Bears. He was in between those particular things. But I'm going to tell y'all, when you have Matt Eberflus and you have the mindset of Shotty, keep this in mind. When you run the ball, that keeps the clock moving, right? So it won't stop the clock. And that gives your defense rest. So now that your defense will have rest, hopefully we can look back at this team and we'll say, man, this was a good two combination, good hire from the Joneses, even though we got to old wait and see. So I gave a scale of 1 to 10 on Shotty being here, and I gave it a 5. But as Matt Eberflus being our DC, guess what? I'm giving us a strong 7.5, closer to an 8, because I feel as if though defense win championships. If you think I'm lying, if I pull up, let's use this right quick. If I pull up PFF and we're gonna do it real live on the fly. Hold on with it. Let me sign in right quick. Y'all bear with me. Can't give y'all my passcodes, but if I pull up PFF and we type in the Chapes of all teams that got one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League as relates to Pat Mahomes, let's pull this up at live form. And we're looking at their defense. Oh, wow. They got the number 2 defense in the National Football League. And then if I go right here and I type in the dreaded Eagles, I can't stand them boys. But we pull this up. Oh, they got the number 1 defense in the National Football League. So what I'm getting at, ladies and gentlemen, is that defense carry your tape. And especially when you have run game and you have a quarterback that can get the ball out to your receivers, I think the defense can play a major role. In the last 5 years, that when I do that same experiment, when I type that in, I don't see the Cowboys name there at being number 1 or number 2 or number 3 or number 4 at defense. So when you look at these two things right here, ladies and gentlemen, you will see, and I'm not saying that with Eberflus or what have you, that we're going to be the number 1 or number 2 defense, but this is a step in the right direction. I do like the ability to stop the run first, right? And then everything else work its way in. So hopefully we can get back to those places as it relates to this particular team. Keep this in mind. The last 3 Super Bowls that the Cowboys won, and I know you got to blow off your VHS tape, the last 3 of them that we won, we had the number 2, number 3 defense respectfully, and one can argue that we had the number 1. So let's figure if we can get back to those days. I know it's all hope from here, and that's all we have is hope, and we got to lean on that. Cowboy Nation, post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. And Johnny Blue with the super chat, appreciate you so much. That's my video. I'm gonna upload that video because I was doing 2 things in a row. So Johnny Blue says, Law, it's been a long day, huh?
Take the money out, all of it. Come on. Wasting my time now. Come on.
He says only halfway there for you, and it's only 10:50 a.m. for me. I feel sorry for these fans. Michael devastated, I understand, but you got to have faith. And DC for life, appreciate you. All right, so the next person I got on the hotline for your mind, it is VIP.
Law, hold on. I'm chopping up this opium and I'm putting it in something so I can smoke it. Hold up, Law. It's VIP. Let me blow this out because I see we had Sweetie Slurpees. What's his name? Sweetie Swayze. Sweetie Swayze. Look, Sweetie.
I knew that was going to
Let me
happen.
put you on the game, Sweetie. I don't know Sweetie. You better ask Slurpee. He has some people tapping on his door. I know some of y'all young boys never put your hands up other than, you don't use your hands and tap yourself off. But be careful, Slurpee. Be careful, Sweetie. Be easy, Sweetie. I'm on your ass, Sweetie.
No,
Sweetie, I need you. Leave him alone, son. I'm going to leave him alone. Because, Sweetie, be easy, Sweetie. Because I'm outside. You heard? Wherever you at, Sweetie, I don't know what your area code is, but, Sweetie, I'm outside. Be careful. Be easy, Sweetie. We talking football. Don't come on here with VIP out your mouth. I will be at your doorstep. I will pull up. I'm outside for it. So just be easy, Sweetie. All right, let me get back to football. Because I think Sweetie and Slurpee is missing what Mike the Playmaker said, what resonated in my head. We don't even have a curfew. Meaning we are so undisciplined, we don't even have a curfew. The night before the game, when you should be going over game plans, they doing the Slurpee moves. They capping themselves off. They listen to Sweetie and Slurpee. It's like, oh, no, it's the quarterback's fault we're not getting free agents. It's the quarterback's fault we're not getting free agents, Law? I'm lost, Law.
Yo, man.
It's the quarterback's fault we're not getting free agents now, Law.
Man.
Law. And with this shoddy, this whole shoddy move, like at first I was in my feelings. I want to smoke, but then I sat back and thought, like, yo, this is how Jerry moves.
Yeah.
Jerry parking lot pimps.
Parking lot
Do we not know that, Law?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear Stephen A. Smith and all of those boys took my analogy? You know, they've been watching my shows, man.
Oh, Stephen A. You know, it's funny, Law. I had called in and I had jumped on Stephen A.'s ass. So Stephen A. know who VIP is. I was on his ass, Law.
What's up,
I'm going to send you the clip when I was on his ass. But anyway,
yeah.
That goes to show you there's nobody that I won't touch. There's nobody I won't run down on. So if I run down on Stephen A. Smith, and I told him, bro, you from Queens, B. I know your peoples.
Okay,
so
okay.
Be easy. Be easy when you start talking that talk because you might not be able to get touched, but you got family members I can say hi to.
Wow.
You know what I mean? They got to take the 4 train. so all right, but let's get back to football, Law. Because I get in my feelings, Law, when you talk about my quarterback or you talk about my Lion. God damn it, I'm in my feelings when you talk about my team, Law. I'm a DC for life. I don't know these Slurpees and Sweeties. If you don't want to watch the game, get the F out of here. What are you doing? Y'all some sweet. This is why they had that great fight, Law. When he said he went to the state, he said, man, I don't need 3,000. I need 300.
Man.
Right, Law? You know that in biblical. Yeah. He said, I don't need 3,000. And you know how he determined the 3,000? Whoever put their head down and started slurping for that water, he's like, nah, I don't want the Slurpees. I don't need no Slurpees. I need 3,000 G's that got their head up to the sky, Law.
Dang.
So if you fall down, at least your head is looking up.
Man.
Slurpees, Law. I'm telling you, I'm outside, Sweetie, Swayze, Slurpee.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, VIP, man. Thank you for being part of the episode, bro. And at the end of the day, I ain't mad at you, bro. Appreciate you. That's VIP, man.
I ain't mad at you.
I'm trying to find that episode, man, but I can't find it. We was once two contents of the same kind. Quick to holler at the hoochie with. Oh, my bad. Oh my gosh, man. I'm trying to look for that damn episode, man. Hold on. Bear with me. Them jokers done hijacked the whole saying that they parking lot pimping. But it is what it is at this point. Appreciate everybody for being part of these type of episodes. Let me see if I can find it right quick while y'all. But let me get somebody on the line while I'm looking for y'all run the show, man. I got from the 561 and then I have the 337. But 561, you live. Talk to me.
Hey, Law.
What up?
I'm just calling, bro. I think the fire was a bad choice because, like we're all saying, it's just another yes man, and I mean, they're not going to make decisions on their own. They got to go through Mr. Jones.
You're
And
about to
I
launch
felt
your
like I was
website, but then
watching
you realize your
Austin
domain
Powers.
is
I felt like I was watching Austin Powers.
A lot of
yesterday
website
with
builders
those
will give you a
fucking
free.
air quotes. Oh, sorry, Chris Hudson.
No, you good.
Dallas Cowboys can.
Yeah, man, that's how I felt. I was like, man, this is just a comedy show. And then you started playing the clown music. I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, you can't win being a Cowboys fan right now.
I mean, it's difficult right now, man. It's very difficult, bro.
I feel like when what's his name was on Shannon Sharp, I have an allegiance to losers.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. It's one of those things,
because-
man.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, I don't even think Deion could have saved us because he would have still. That's Jerry's guy.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the sad truth, too.
it's crazy,
The
man.
only thing Deion would have brought was like Eric Glenn. We're the Jets. We're the effing Jets.
No doubt.
That's what Deion would have brought. But I'll let you have a good show. Thanks, Law.
Thank you, man, for holding it down for me while I was doing all the research here, man. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. Somebody asked, okay, so Law, man, where were the Chicago Bears defense ranked when Flus was there? I'll have to just pull that all up for y'all. But for right now, they were ranked 12th. So if you name me outside of Jalen Johnson over there in Chicago, who are the people there, right? You know, if they were known for anything, they've been known for their defense. And, of course, when he was there, they was a whole lot better. But you can name me multitudes of people that's on the Washington team, right? Let me just type in Washington, where they were ranked at on defense. And, you know, even though Washington, they beat the Bears or what have you. But let me see, Washington, okay, let me see. And they were ranked 12th, okay. All right, so they ranked 29th. Oh, okay. All right, let me pull up the Dallas Cowboys. Let me see where we were ranked at on defense overall. 27th. So I don't know. Do the Chicago Bears got a Parsons? I don't know. Do Chicago Bears got anybody close to a Parsons? You know, let me know. But you know, I can tell you that when you start to look into this was a really good hire, man, as far as DC, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Roquan Smith and Eddie Jackson Law, yeah. He had Roquan balling, man. And then, of course, Roquan went over to the Ravens for some peanuts, man. We were thinking like, come on. But everywhere that brother go, that linebacker finna show up. He had old boy Darius Leonard, I believe, or Leonard Darius, whatever that guy's name. He was a 4-time All-Pro when he had him. Yeah. So y'all gonna see. Shoot. Y'all gonna see. Browns, do we need a Garrett? Yeah. Yeah, shoot. DQ defense. Like, I ain't finna beat them up, though, you know. Yeah, Washington got lucky beating the Bears. Yeah. Because Stevenson was trying to do something crazy. They had Montez Sweat. They traded for Montez. He was pretty good. He's pretty good for them. He ain't no Micah Parsons, though. Come on with it. Woo! Let me see if I can find this clip right here. Baby, let me see. Stephen A. Smith. Boy. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Boom. I just got to do one other thing. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up. Bear with me, man. I'm building the plane as we fly. Here we go. I think it's this right here.
The Dallas Cowboys.
Go right here. Boom. Appreciate y'all so much, man, for these marathon type of shows. I was going to wrap it up, but then they released the news.
Boys confirmed that offensive coach Jay Brown used right now. Are you a little perplexed by what just happened?
I hate that quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a terrible quote.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
That means is he's not really a head coach. He's just my head coach now.
No, it means like now he's the man because Jerry put his stamp of approval on him.
Listen, this is
Correct.
Quite pathetic.
It's narcissism.
This is quite pathetic.
Let me see. You're gonna steal my
Jerry
quote.
has done is fuel every it plays for your.
I think it's Shay
Guess
Sharp.
what? Hey, plus a more qualified coach would have like, no, I don't want Jason Witten on my staff. He's not qualified to be a coach. Let him put some time in. Let him do X, Y, and other insiders have reported. What I don't get. I did not hear Brian Schottenheimer's name mentioned. RC, you married. D.O., you married.
Yeah, it is.
At least y'all got somebody that somebody else wanted.
No question.
I got somebody.
I do not want you if nobody else wants you.
Nobody want her. What I want her for? RDC, RC, if don't nobody want it, you like, nah, you good, go on, stay over there.
I'm gonna tell you what now. Hey, we go to the club and ain't nobody shot they shot. I for sure not gonna be the first one to walk over there.
Exactly. And so what Jerry did is that he went to the party and got the first girl that he saw, and he was booed up with her for the rest of the night, and he ended up taking her home. That's what Brian Schottenheimer is to Jerry. He was on the staff, he saw her first, like, ooh, I got me something. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
That boy stealing, thief. They stealing my content, baby.
All I ask.
Thief, man. They stealing my analogies, man. Yeah, that's mine, Shay Sharp. You know, that's my analogy, man. Johnny Blue says, Law, what was said about Mike McCarthy when he got hired? He lied to kick it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tommy says, please don't listen to Clown. But they listening to me. They listen. Rex! They stealing, man. I got from the 337, you're live on the Nation, man.
What's up, Law?
Not much, man. What you got?
Hey, first of all, I want to thank you for the great content. And yesterday, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of the press conference. I laughed my butt off with you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
I got a few things. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, Law. You see, right now, the Jones know that we're very upset. The fan base is very upset.
Right.
So they're going to give Shotty a little. They're going to give Shotty something to play with. You know, give him something to play with. They're going to give him a little bit more control. And he gonna implement his game plan to run first, and we're gonna enjoy it. Beginning of the season, we might be no worse than 6-2, probably 8-0 mid-season, and then Jerry and Steven gonna walk in there and say, "I'm paying this quarterback $60 million. I'm paying the receiver $30 million. I need to see my money work." And they're gonna force Shotty to start throwing the ball, and that's gonna throw off the whole game plan.
Damn.
I'm saying this right now. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. And I was talking on another man's podcast. I forgot his name. I think it's Big Game, Big Show, something. I don't want to disrespect him or get his podcast wrong. But he's a cowboy podcast. He do cowboy content. And I mentioned that to him last night. And he said, "You know what? You do have a point." And I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen because they know right now. They have lost the fan base, the majority of the fan base. We have nothing to be excited about, nothing to look forward to. So they're going to give Shotty, they're going to feed him. They're going to feed him with a short-handled spoon. Yeah, you can do this. You can have this. You can have that. We're going to dabble a little bit more in free agency. That's to get us excited again. That's to get us excited. They're going to let Shotty run his own scheme. Run the ball first. We're gonna be looking good. Hey, they're gonna be talking about our offensive line back like when we were the Great Wall. You hear me?
Okay.
Oh, the Cowboys is the best offensive line in the NFL probably. Then like I said, midpoint. Then the Jones is gonna be like, hey, we gotta see our money work. We paying this man 60, this man 30. We gotta see them do something, and they're gonna force Shotty to go against his own game plan.
Boy.
Hey, I'm saying this on your podcast. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Hey, man, hey, that's all we got is our thoughts, man, and our opinions, man. And, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, so I'm not here to change it. So, hey, Edward, man, I feel you, man. Go catch a breath, man, and we figure out, man, what we can do down the stretch, man. But you probably be right. I hope that you're not, though. You know what I mean?
I hope I'm not too right. Don't feel like I don't want to be right.
Right.
I want to be right.
No. We definitely don't want to be right on that. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for calling in, Chief. You have a good one, okay?
All right, you too, my brother.
No doubt, man. That's Ed, man, from the 337-512, man. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. What you got for me?
Hello?
Hey, it sound like you in the wind tunnel, man. Maybe you have to call back tomorrow or something, unless you can fix it.
Good. I'm gonna pull over.
Yeah, pull over. Yeah, pull on over.
Pull over this now, because I ain't never got to talk to you. I'm gonna tell you what's happening now. The problem is, man, I listened to Jerry yesterday.
Right.
In their press conference, and all he talked about was when he bought the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Lord, this man, I'm telling you right now, I hope we have success. I ain't one of them fans that just hate on us, man. I've been a fan. I'm 46 years old, so that tell you everything you need to know. But that Jerry chasing demons, man. The demon of recognition and acknowledgement, man. And he wants to be acknowledged so bad that it's been a detriment to us for years, man.
Yeah.
All he talked about yesterday up there was when he bought the Cowboys. I've been doing this 30 years. I've been doing this. That's all he it was real sad to hear. I'm excited about Sean Hammer because this a first time coach. You know what I'm saying? He got the pedigree in him, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling like, maybe he can. And you can tell something different. But since I've been watching you guys come here and these press conferences through these coaches, I've never seen players at the press conference.
Never. Yeah.
But yesterday, I seen it. But there's something going on. You can tell, man, through the looks on Dak's face, man, and everything. It's something going on in that locker room. I think Shotty can do something, but the point about it is Jerry gonna let it? Is he gonna let it? A bunch of guys that came through with good ideas, man. But with Jerry, let the man do what he got to do, man. Until he exercises demons, man, we're crossing our fingers, man. We're crossing our fingers, man.
Man.
He that's all he talked about yesterday, Locke. Yeah, man, I've been doing this thing 5 years. I wouldn't be up here if it was this. I wouldn't be up here if it was that. Like, he got something to prove to us, And I commented on that. I said, Jerry, I hope you're right, man. So you can exercise them demons, man. So you can get the demon of recognition and the demon of acknowledgement.
G Cuddy $19.99. Are we sure our defense won't go back to Rod Martinelli and Mike Nolan?
Hold tight for me, 512. 512, hold tight for me, man. Yeah, I got a super chat. G Cuddy asking, are we sure our defense won't go back to Rod Marinelli's and Mike Nolan's? Easy to read, pre-snap, and attack. Well, we do a one gap with Eberflus. Rob Marinelli wasn't bad as a DC, but he had to look at the weapons, man. We had dude named Nick Hayden. We had Benson Mayoas of the world. We never had weapons with Rob Marinelli. The only weapons that we had was damn near Tank Law. You know what I'm saying, and tacos. But I think that with this particular staff. Now we got a little bit more weapons out of a Parsons, a generationally talented player. Bland is nice. Hopefully we can get J. Lou back, and everything will work its way out. But what you got for me from the 512? Before I let you go.
It's almost now like he hates the fans.
Right.
He's in a war with the fans because he's reading the content.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They tell you, Jerry, man, put some tint on the window, man. Your players have told you, man, the sun is a disadvantage for us, man. Oh, I think he's good. When is the last time Jerry's done something for the fans? Even if it was the wrong move. When's the last time this man?
It's been crazy, man. But I got to roll like dice, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, bro. And I thank you for pulling over to have this conversation for the nation.
Already, I appreciate you too, Law, man.
Anytime, bro. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah. It's I'm not gonna beat up old man River Rob Marinelli, Papa Rob Marinelli. You know, shoot. He had Jason Hatch. No, did he have Jason Hatch? He had Crawford though. I know for sure he had Tyrone Crawford in there. Yeah, George Selvey and Benson Mayoas of the worlds, and I'm not making excuses for him, but come on, boy, those are the dog days, man. Of us we used to pray to God, like, come on, man, can you just give us somebody else? Come on, Cowboys, and they would never even moved in. Yeah, they never would move, man, on defensive players. And Chris Richard, when he got here, at least he looked at Byron Jones and said, you know what? Instead of him being a safety, let's make him a cornerback and let him press because that's what he's good at. And we would use him like Richard Sherman to a degree. Now, although he didn't have the dog nasty like a Richard Sherman, but you can look back at Byron Jones' career and you would say, man, he played better at press. And us trying to implement that, I think that the Cowboys were so upset at Chris Richard on how he coached, and he was rough with the guys and he didn't let up, and they didn't like him to that degree. They didn't like him yelling at the players on the sideline. They didn't like him being all in the face and stuff like that and talking to their draft picks like that. And shoot, he's no longer in the league now. So and a lot of us, he found David Irvin. Yeah, he had David Irvin playing out of his mind. Yeah. But, you know, Chris Richard was a guy that they didn't like. Anybody else would have made him like the defensive coordinator, but they didn't want to do that for him because of other reasonings that I'm not going to get into. But they still had Papa Rob Marinelli in the fold, and that was always to me the craziest thing. Like, how you gonna have him as the defensive coordinator, but not by name, but by, you know, it was a whole bunch of stuff, man. It was, shoot, I ain't gonna go there because I don't want the show to go that way. But it is for what it is, man. And shout out to. Let me see if I can find this clip. I'm just looking for this clip. Appreciate y'all, man, so much, man, for y'all support. Yeah, they didn't like that at all. They didn't. Let me see if I can say this. Hold on. Ooh, if I can say this. This is what I was looking for. And this is the reality of it, man. They didn't like that. You know, we want things a certain way around here, you know. We don't want no loose ends around here. So but can't aggressively coach in Dallas. Yeah, they didn't like that at all. They didn't like that at all. He was in there. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, you don't talk to our first round draft pick like that. You don't talk to LVD like that. And rightfully so, he was in that, you know what? And that was his last year, y'all. You know, it was sayonara from there. They didn't like that. They didn't like that from our coaches on the sidelines, and they want a certain way, man. And then this speaks on a different levels of stuff like that. Chris Richard is now the passing game coordinator in Jacksonville. I appreciate you for that update. Yeah, but they didn't like. He had to go back to college and stuff. Get him up out of there, y'all. But appreciate everybody, man, for their support. And I got some more information that I will say on that, but that's a whole nother conversation, y'all. Ooh, yes, indeed. And maybe if y'all bump into me in person, you know, we'll talk about that scene, you know, or if you got my private line, we'll talk about it. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation, your coach on the defense will be Matt Eberflus, or, you know, Matt Ebbs. You know, I don't know if you can give him a nickname. But my guy called him Scotty Meyer. Scotty Meyer for Brian Schottenmeyer, you know what I'm saying, a Shotty. So shoot, yeah. So they taking my stuff over here, man, and it's crazy, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Look at this right here. I'm gonna say it one more time before we get up out of here.
Guess what? Hey, plus a more qualified coach would have like, nah, I don't want Jason Witten on my staff. He's not qualified to be a coach. Let him put some time in, let him do X, Y, and Z, and then I'll have him. That's what we kept hearing. Now, we don't know if it's true, but Schefter and some of these other insiders have reported that was one of the stipulations. That Jerry wanted Jason Witten on the staff. And here's the thing, guys, this is what I don't get. I did not hear Brian Schottenheimer's name mentioned in any of the coaches' search.
Yeah.
God, we all, hey, RC, you married, DO, you married. At least y'all got somebody that somebody else wanted.
No question. I do not want you if nobody else wants you.
Nobody want her, what I want her for? Hey, RDC, hey, RC, if don't nobody want it, you like, nah, you good, go on, stay over there.
I'm gonna tell you what now. Hey, we go to the club and ain't nobody shot they shot. I for sure not gonna be the first one to walk.
She might be the one though.
Exactly.
She might be the one.
What Jerry did is that he went to the party and got the first girl that he saw, and he was booed up with her for the rest of the night, and he ended up taking her home. That's what Brian Schottenheimer is to Jerry. He was on the staff. He saw her first. Ooh, I got me something. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No. He said that.
He said he would.
I think that's the only one I got a chance with.
He said he was booed up the whole
Boot up.
They danced to every song. Man. They danced to every song.
Man, he got one-liners. Dude, here's the Cowboys are in this terrible spot because they were scared to make difficult decisions 18 months ago.
No doubt. Aikman said the type of defense was too easy to read, Law. You talking about cover two? You talking about those defenses? It's variations. We've seen it. You know, Todd Bowles runs the same kind of caliber of defense. It gives the Eagles fits every time you see the Eagles play against that defense. Yep. When you have a player that can get upfield, scoop, scrape, and get things done. Shotty flew. Oh my God. It's ice cold, Cowboy. They say that prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down, right? He continue to fight for the things that he wants. But also, it's been 30 years. 10 more years, it'll be 40. Do we have a chance and opportunity to win within 10 years? I don't know. If it's Mike McCarthy versus the field, give me the field. This is from Glenn Capers, and he's right. Yeah. No Law, he had the better call, Tyrone Crawford. Yeah. He had Tyrone Crawford. Talking about Papa Rob Marinelli. Shout out to you, Glenn, for your support. Appreciate you for your love and adulations. But we talked about when we was on the phone lines, the pictures of Jerry Jones being Pharaoh. Right? Let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, that's his family. Got the wrong picture up, but here we go. Now there's Jerry. You say, when you have people in captivity and you've seen all of the pitfalls from your nation falling down and you got a chance to witness it, right? You got a chance to see those things not operating the way it's supposed to be. And you refuse to listen. You refuse to adhere to what they are saying. And they pleaded they beg of you to please let my people go. Granted, the very much so the same people that was working for you and under your leadership were the same people that gave you grain, were the same people that gave you life and liberty. The same people that supported the foundation. They were the actual back of Pharaoh's people, the true people, to adhere to your rulings, to put you up high. But when it was time to let the people go, Jerry, it took forever for you to even do that. So they brought darkness throughout the city. They brought flies throughout the city and frog plague. They gave you famine in the land. Yes, indeed. And all through that, you still refuse to let the people go until y'all ain't gonna like me here today. Until they took your son. Boy, this storyline is almost parallel. They took your son away from you. And then you said, you know what? Let them go. Let these people have their gods and let these people move on. But as soon as you seen those folks gather together, moving out on their own way and being able to almost get to the land of the way that they're supposed to be, you change your heart, you change your mind, you change everything and said, go get them. I want my people back. Yeah. He said, I want my people back. I want him back, a double-minded man, a wicked man, a man that's after his own way, a man that say to himself, I want them people back. Let's go send forth our truth and give our people, those people back over here to go plant this damn seed, go get this damn corn, go move this furniture around. I want them back. So he went to chase those folks as they was trying to depart, as they were going across, and they had to get inside, and they split it to sea. But just enough for you to have all of your troops inside the sea, and then the Creator closed them and shut you off right inside that sea. Yes, indeed. And now they've been wandering around for almost 40 years. But it's 30 years of us right now of wandering around. We're looking around saying, hey, what is going on now here? There's no hope for this particular team. There's no direction to this particular team because Jerry Jones done driven us out of the land where we had our 3 rings. And that's where we at right now, Cowboy Nation. We are still wandering around with Jerry Jones' leadership, and it's all crazy because the storyline is not even fitting, but it fits to those who need to be fitted for. But it neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. Mama said that there will be days just like this. In this particular situation, Jerry Jones as Pharaoh, who's going to be our Moses, I guess? Is it Shoddy? Will he be our Moses? Will he take us to the promised land? It's been a long time, Cowboy Nation. 12 months of membership T. Oh my gosh. Come on with it.
Richburg, $10. 12-month membership.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on! You're wasting my time now. Come on! Come on!
Somebody said we've been lost since Jimmy Johnson. Oh my gosh, boy, you're right on the point. Dion is our Moses. Nope. Shoo. Well, the Cowboys, with all jokes to the side, What are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? We got Eberflus as our defensive coordinator, which I feel very highly of. I give him a 7.5, close to an 8. We got my guy, Shotty, who my guy Action Powell says, hey, please don't give him that nickname, Shotty. But nobody want to call him Schottenmeyer. That's too long of a name. And Brian, we at least want to call that man by his last name. But we can say this about everything, ladies and gentlemen. We have to wait and see. Will Jerry Jones allow this particular team, Schottenheimer, Eberflus, to lead us where we got to go? Or will he send all of his troops to capture us, to bring us back to captivity? All we trying to do is do our plan and let these boys get football sense and logics to the table. But we still got that meddling owner out of Jerry Jones and his son, Stephen Jones. So hopefully something can come to a conclusion here. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it or plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famine shall feign, or the sickness of the body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, you will get it.
Give me my theme music.
Well, we don't got no more theme music for you. Yeah. Let's get on up out of here. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. And yeah, somebody said that's the palest Pharaoh I ever seen, huh? Ain't Pharaoh somewhere in Africa? Yeah, he is. Come on with it. Time to run it up. Appreciate y'all. One love, all in, baby. Let Shotty cook. Shout out to you, NJ. What happened to the rebel chick? You just lamb now. What happened to the rebel side? Come on.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Come on. Shout out to y'all, J Diz, Wanza. Come on.
Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation. Albino Pharaoh. Time to run it up. Shout out to you, T. He's the Arkansas Pharaoh. Come on with it. Ashley, I see you, baby. Come on. Better aliens get proven to be real before the boys win the Super Bowl. It's a shotty party. Put some cheese on it.
The devil used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain.
Come on with it.
Promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name.
Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No trip this.
Oh my God.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, that check. No drip this. Time to run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Time to run it up.
All right, until next time, DC for life, not for short. Let's get on up out of here, but let's slow it down just a little bit, man. Let's slow it down just a little bit, baby. Come on with it. Eric, every time, we just having our own little family conversation. And the Eagles jump up in here, spreading their feathers with their beaks and everything. February the 9th. I'm waiting on y'all, Eagles. I'm waiting on y'all. I got you right here. Don't forget I forgot. Come on with it. Yeah. I don't know if the curse is broken with Saquon, but I got you right here, Eagles. Come on with it. Player 2. I got one more spot on this couch, Eagles. I got one more spot on this couch, baby. Player 2. Go Chiefs. Let's get on up out of here. One love, baby. Jerry. And another one.
I think you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the
Street lights hit you.
You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you.
I be on. She swallowed.
Evil world we live in.
Whatever you do.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, like this thing, I give you everything.
Chiefs 3-peat, baby. Come on, put it in the chat. Come on with it. Kansas Cowboys Chiefs. That's what they name. And them 3 rings right there. 3-peat.
Fly on. It is you. I cannot believe it. Oh. Greetings, Your Highness. Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved? Calling me, texting